Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you back. We're back with more Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice brand. We are going to be playing more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Turnabout Succession today. We just got through the first court case last time, and we're itching to, well, I'm not super eager to get back in there with Spark Brushel, but I'm itching to find out. You're itchy?
I'm just itchy.
That's probably from standing too close to Spark Brushel.
Yeah.
All right, but welcome.
I get hives just thinking about him.
We are we're like 2 sections into the case, I think, into the turnabout, but I don't think we're close to the end. I don't think we're even halfway.
We're we're barely halfway, if that.
But hi, I'm your host. I'm Martin, also known as Little Karibo. I've got my attorney badge on. I got my Apollo Justice head spikes on. And let me quickly thank Beach Cannon 2 for following. Gore Aaron 89, thank you for the follow. Anytime a British person has to say Aaron, it can go either way, because sometimes we try and say the American version, which is Aaron, but that sounds like Aaron when we say it. So Gore Aaron 89.
Aaron.
RNA
Aronson.
Dragon Queen Venus, thank you for the follow. Sakura Blur, thank you for the follow.
Oh, I was like Sakura Avalon from Card Captors.
Sakura.
Stygian Stein, thank you for the follow. Poisonous Giraffe, thank you for resubscribing at tier 1 for 9 months. I love giraffes. They're like my favorite animal, but I don't know how I'd feel about a poisonous one. But thank you for the support. I do appreciate it.
Is it poisonous or venomous?
It says poisonous.
I think that means if you eat the giraffe, then you get poisoned.
Yeah, it's venomous if it attacks
you. If you bite the giraffe, you get poisoned. If the giraffe bites you and you get poisoned, then it's venomous.
Oh, okay. So as long as I don't
you're safe if you don't eat it.
As long as I don't eat the giraffe.
What if it kisses you?
Don't.
What if you kiss the giraffe? Would you... Because if you kiss a poisonous frog, you would get poisoned.
Well, Poison Ivy, famously in the Batman and Robin movie, if you kissed her, you died. So
I think we can apply that to real life giraffes.
Okay, so don't kiss the giraffe. Can we pet the giraffe?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Can you pet Poison Ivy?
No, well, I mean, you can, but it's really uncomfortable.
If you don't mind losing that arm.
No, you just get covered in
that's not related to poison. So.
You get covered in like blisters or something, don't you? I forget what.
Oh, you're talking about the plant.
Not the lesbian.
It reminds me of last night because we were watching a Christmas movie, and thank you, by the way, Iria. What was it, Iria 808 for cashing in your proto badger redeem. We were watching a Christmas movie last night where it was called A Hollywood Christmas, I think.
That's so bad.
And the gimmick was it's one of those Christmas movies that's predictable and is a romantic situation with twists, but it's mostly predictable. But they are filming a Christmas movie in this movie, and then the people making the movie fall in love and have a Christmas movie storyline happening. So every time me and Marin would criticize this Christmas movie, Marin would be criticizing the movie they were making, and I'd be like, well, yeah, but it's a Christmas movie. And then
I'd be criticizing the movie in general.
Yes, but also there was a point where you were like, this movie's tone is all over the place, and I was like, it's a Christmas movie, and you went,
I was talking about the movie we were watching, not the movie they were making.
No, in that point you were.
No, I was saying the movie's tone is all over the place because it's going from happy peppy Christmas movie that they're making to this main character director who's like very mousy and quiet.
Well, I'm confused. Jesse Pinkman gif, thank you. I'm confused just because I remember right after you said that, I said, oh, you mean the movie they're making in the movie? And you said yes.
Martin, I think we were both imbibing.
Absolutely. That didn't help.
Yes. So
anyway, let me really quickly keep thanking people. The Azulmagia, thank you for the 10 bits. Last time on Apollo Justice, everyone recoiled in disgust at the travesty of a human being that is Spark Brushel. Absolutely. Ironically, he wasn't even that annoying. Azulmagia, you're making up stuff now. He wasn't even that annoying and helped come up with some reasonable theories that moved the investigation along. I
This
doubt.
is yellow journalism.
Yeah. But ultimately, he was considered too disgusting to be allowed to continue existing. Also, Vera is the actual forger, not her father. Yes, that was the big reveal. Ice Hugu, thank you for the hydrate command there. The big reveal was that the forgery was the forger, because it was Vera, the young lady who looks like the Cheshire Cat. She is the artist. Thank you for the previously on there, Azelmagia. Skookum Hime, thank you for the follow. Skookum if you got
I
him.
forgot that she was the real one.
Calico Jackal, I'll be honest, I don't really accept friend requests from people I don't know on Steam, so I do apologize if I don't accept your friend request. It's nothing personal. I don't really know you, and I try and keep that friends list for people I know personally if I can help it, just because of previous experiences. Ryu Karika, thank you for resubbing for tier 3 for 23 months there. Almost 2 years. Holy cow. Almost 2 years. Woo! You are all the best. I love you all and couldn't ask for a better stream environment. Thank you all. Thank you for being part of that stream environment, Ryu Karika. It's always nice to have you here. Just Ellie86, thank you for resubbing at tier 1 for 18 months, a year and a half. Big hugs for all. Thank you, Just Ellie. Great to have you here as well. Thank you for your support, Just Ellie. Okay, but really quickly before I forget, because it's very important, it's possibly the most important thing I'll do on the stream, I have to introduce my co-hosts. We also have, alongside us, the person who's probably very right about Christmas movies, and I probably have completely misremembered everything. We have Marin. Hi, Marin.
Hi, and I wasn't talking about Christmas movies and whether or not I was right about them. I
What?
was talking about my opinion of that specific movie, which I am always right about. Hello, everybody.
Always.
I'm always right when it comes to my opinion. It's true. And if you want to hear my opinion, here it is. And my I'm Marin. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi.
This is going
I
great.
got my words all thrown out everywhere. I'm Marin M. Miller here today with your gay update. Well, I was first of all gonna say, if you want to see a cool singer, there's Spirited, the Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds movie that just came out, which also stars a guy named Patrick Page, I think is his name, and he is a TV actor and also a musical theater actor in New York, who apparently he was Hades in Hades Town.
The Wienermobile, Weenie Man
Hades, that makes
away.
sense.
Baby,
Yeah,
baby.
that's what somebody told me on Twitter. But also, we went and saw the US debut of the Hunchback of Notre Dame musical, which, like, apparently Hunchback of Notre Dame flopped over here, but it was really popular in Germany. So much so that Alan Menken revisited the score and made a full, like, 2-hour version of the Hunchback of Notre Dame using the themes from the Disney movie, the musical themes. And then it was a little more based off of the book. The depressing is the ending is much more depressing. The depressing is much more ending.
That's not true.
But Martin and I heard about this because we had been doing a Disney movie night with some friends, and we found out about this play and that it was just so happening to be showing in La Jolla like 6 months later. So we went and saw it, and Patrick
it was
Page was
great.
in this debut cast, and it was amazing. And Patrick Page, he sounds like Tony J.
Yeah.
He's so great. And if I'm pretty sure if you go on like YouTube Music or whatever, if you look up the Hunchback of Notre Dame English musical from
You
like
can get the
2015.
soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah, that's him in that cast. Anyway, he is in the Spirited movie as Jacob Marley, and he gets a song, and it's kind of sad because, like, it turns into a punchline, and he doesn't get to go all out as much as everyone else. But he still gets an opportunity to sing a bit, and he's amazing. He is amazing. You have to hear him.
I recommend
He's
it.
beyond belief.
We are in a
Yes.
hype train. Thank you to LTrain4444 for the 100 bits for chewing us onto that hype train level 2. In fact, let me get our level 2.
Patrick
Hype
This
train.
Page,
hype
Hunchback
train is
musical
making my
hype
hemorrhoids do the
train.
Harlem
I do
Shake.
recommend that Hunchback musical.
It was really cool though, because like we actually saw it in La Jolla, which was the very first time it was ever shown in the US. And then we got to see it again in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I think maybe a year later or something. And it was the second time it was ever shown. So we actually got to see there were songs that were cut in New Jersey. Like the tone of the musical overall is very, very dark. And the first version of the musical we saw at the top of the second act, they actually start it with this like really comedic song by this saint who
Yeah.
lost his head. I forget who the saint is, but he's like, "Hey, Quasimodo, it's okay. I lost my head. It could always be worse." Like everybody goes through shit. Remember when like a bunch of Egyptians died when Moses closed the Red Seas? That's fine. The Jewish people are okay.
You're really
Like
selling
let's
this.
I mean, like, I don't remember. It was fucking 8 years ago. But I'm just saying, like, it's been really interesting to be able to see it like evolve. Oop, and I just meant to drop Patrick Page's appearance in the movie and we saw it. Anyway, it was cool. That's the long and short of it. Hooray.
It was very cool. And we're also, speaking of very cool, we're also joined by the great gazpacho themselves, Soupy. Hi, Soupy.
Oh, I like that intro.
Yeah.
The great gazpacho. That's my magician name.
Yeah.
Hot and steamy.
No,
Ooh.
not as a gazpacho.
Yeah,
What is
that's kind of like the
gazpacho?
opposite.
Is that
It's
a cold
it's
soup?
a cold soup. Yeah.
Ew.
I think
Yeah.
it's usually with like a base of like cucumber, I think.
Gross.
The only reason I know this, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Soupy, but there's an
No,
episode
you're
of
good.
Red Dwarf where we see Rimmer's death scene, because I don't know if you've seen Red Dwarf, but Rimmer is a hologram of a dead crew member hanging out with Craig Charles, and we see him die, and his last words are gazpacho soup, and it turns out he's saying that because his biggest regret is at the captain's dinner. He complained that his soup was cold and everybody laughed at him, and he was like, what
Oh.
happened? And so it's just his biggest humiliation ever is he had a chance to impress the captain and he completely botched it.
See, I've never seen that, but like I would kin that character.
Yeah. How are you, Soupy?
I'm doing all right. Hope everybody's doing all right too. I guess my gay update is that we're watching Hannibal again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get through it this time.
We're definitely gonna. It would be weird if we didn't, because everybody's on
Yeah.
board.
Yeah.
To be holding our hands along the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
We
hype
can
train,
do it
guys.
this time, guys. I believe.
Hype Hannibal.
You know, Martin and I have been talking.
When do we do that ever?
We certainly never. But Martin and I have been talking about how we need to rewatch Yuri on Ice.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
thinking maybe we do a Yuri on Ice Hannibal double feature every week. It'll be like, you know how the Yuri on Ice went from Yuri on Ice to Killing Stalking.
What?
They're like, hey guys, if you like gay guys, you should read this other.
Cossack Bear, thank you for catching in your star chips for doodle la 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 doodle la.
And really, is Hannibal trying to like groom Will into becoming a murderer, not just analogous to
He's
Victor
coaching.
being Yuri's coach? Yeah,
They
he's just
do-
coaching him.
Okay, but seriously though, let's talk about this now that
This
we've
like the
hijacked.
beautiful, like this like
Well-
beautiful light-haired man, and then the shorter, dark-haired man.
Yes, because as we were discussing before we went live, Kurogane and Phi
Yeah.
from Tsubasa,
Mhm.
Zagreus and fucking Thanatos from Hades,
Miles and Phoenix.
How's it, Phoenix?
Miles and Phoenix, the most beautiful of them all. And
It's your classic salt and pepper.
it's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Goddamn. I love it so much. It's probably my biggest weakness. Like, I love it so much that when I moved out of my parents' house, I went to Goodwill to like buy furniture for my new place, and they didn't have lamps that matched, but they did have one white lamp and one black lamp. And then
See?
and then
They're
they
a
had
couple. You can't separate them. You have to buy them together.
Exactly. So I named them, and then I also still have my Kurogane and Phi tables as well. I have my little
Kurofane and
enemies.
Guy.
Kurofane and Guy. Guy Sensei from Naruto. It's a crossover, you wouldn't understand.
Rabid Co-Wolf, thank you for the follow.
Anyway.
Kaworu
Hey,
and
update.
Shinji, yeah, there you go. There's one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nezumi.
totally.
Oh, Nezumi and Shion, that's
Oh,
number 6, right?
it is number 6, yeah. And Yukito and Toya, number 1 best. I actually have a
Who
little
are they?
shrine
That's
to
the
them.
OG.
That's
Who are
OG.
they?
That's from Cardcaptor Sakura.
Oh, I don't know
That's
them.
Yeah.
her brother. That when you come into my room, you know the picture of the 2 guys above the little cherry blossom stickers on my wall?
I'll be 1000% honest. There's a lot of guys in your room.
No, you walk directly into my room. It's the only poster
Okay.
on the wall behind my computer.
I know the one
Martin,
you're referring to.
there's a bunch of guys, but then there's also the guys.
Right.
Yeah, okay, but look, you walk in and the first thing you see is my door, which is, to be fair,
Yes,
covered in homosexual
in
men
guys.
and women. There are lots of dudes and women kissing on my door or hanging
it's
out.
Equality here.
It's my gay door. I want everyone to know what they're walking into when they come into my office. And then there's Mad Max and Furiosa, but there is only one poster on the back wall, and it is Toya and Yukito.
I thought they were from. I thought they were from bloody.
There, in the chat.
Let me see this.
Tsubasa?
I thought they were. I mean, honestly, when I looked at it, I thought they were from Kiss Kiss Fall in Love.
Oh yeah,
They look like
yeah.
that.
That's because they're wearing the jackets.
Yeah, the
they're wearing
jackets.
school jackets.
They look like they're in the host club or on that thing.
They do. Also, if there's ever a reboot of Host Club, God, I want to be Tamaki. God, that's my voice acting.
I want
dream.
that so bad.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of things we want so bad, shall we continue playing Apollo Justice Ace Attorney?
I
Yeah.
would love to. I would love to look more. Well, there is no blonde man with M bangs, but we shall carry on.
M bangs.
Yeah, the McDonald's
Like
bangs.
Edgeworth?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
Edgeworth is not in this game, is what I'm.
He's
trying
not
to
in
say.
this game at all, is he?
No.
Is this the
no.
first Phoenix Wright game with 0 Edgeworth?
Yes.
Wow.
No Edgeworth, no Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And lots of Phoenix.
Yep.
Okay. All right. October 8th, 124.
You just summarized like all of like 2007, 2008 and why people were mad at this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier to take now. It's easier now.
Yeah.
This is, and I'm also pretty sure it's the reason why I love Spirit of Justice so much, because they're like, hey, we know that was a little rough. Here's a little treat for you. Here's the downloadable case with the balloon, the air balloon.
Yeah.
Edgeworth is on an air balloon?
Yes. Well, he's on a blimp. Edgeworth on a blimp.
Okay, at least no earthquakes
Yeah,
can get him up there.
The DLC case for Spirit of Justice is about a marriage. So, a lot of jokes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
October 8th, 1:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 6.
Okay. So where exactly does this leave us, Apollo?
Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically.
He's Drew Misham, the daddy.
Huh? Well, then who was he?
Well, he was actually doing her nails. So, you really made those forgeries?
Vera's very gender. He was doing her nails. Gender fluidity. It's a weird joke.
He, her.
He, her. Yes. Yes. For father.
That's a little cute lion on the sketchbook. Is that on her? Oh no, that's on her tank.
That's on
I
my,
think that's on her overall.
my
Yeah.
overalls. I'm very cute. I know it was wrong.
Could you tell us how it happened?
My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child.
It's doing.
Then Phoenix Wright told him he sucks, so then he just stopped painting.
This must be some sort of intentional thing it's doing because
I think so.
Yeah, what's the ellipses? It's like a haiku or a poem or something.
Maybe they just had a very particular person working on this
Yeah.
section of the game. One day, his father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent.
The talent for making forgeries?
How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make. Oh, my fucking mucus is like.
Oh
in
dear.
my nose. I could make anything.
Well, that was an ad lib as the character. I was like, wait, what?
No, I'm like, anytime there's like a closed nasal vowel, it's stopping in my nose, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Anything?
Anything.
Anything?
Father was so proud, and I so happy. Oh, Meepo, are you happy? Heap. But in the end, I was making those
Forgeries.
forgeries. I never had a good constitution. My personality sucks. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is... Oh,
You know about this red envelope?
I remember that envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already,
Weird as fuck.
you were already creating your works back then.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that too.
I started when I was only 12 years old.
So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned, that was...
Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please.
Right. Out of time.
Fuck.
Wait,
Bah,
Vera,
bah.
just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio.
I painted those as part of my work.
Right. See, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath.
Yeah, who did that?
We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings.
All of them about the 3 cases previously.
I see. Mr. Justice,
Yes.
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father.
He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright & Co. law offices.
But lately, we're not doing just law.
Yeah, how old is Vera? She's like 19. Okay, so it's been like 6 years, 7 years.
7 years. It's all 7 years ago.
Of course. Hey.
Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano.
Well, they're not really gags.
The panties trick is very serious.
Yeah.
LOL.
They're illusions.
Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was.
Who was Mr. Measham?
How am I supposed to know? I'm only representing... him? I don't know. I guess I'm not. He's dead.
What if he was Daddy's daddy?
What?
Daddy's daddy.
Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely.
But you don't know.
Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. It's just too many daddies. Clavier, Christoph,
I'm not a daddy.
Phoenix's neck.
Phoenix's neck. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger.
Voided thank you for cashing in your status for a hoo-ha.
Hey, phrase it!
Father's not a daddy, he's just hot as fuck.
The Azel Magia, thank you for cashing in your star tips for a phrasing.
About the daddies. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. How can I pick just one daddy?
October 8th, 1:36 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Don't make me your father. Make me your god.
Court is now back in session.
Dots.
Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off.
Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Misham Forger persona?
Calico Jackal, I'll be honest, the daddy mommy thing is completely
Nasty.
outside. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Like, we use it like in a jokey fashion, and I feel like
Yeah.
it's kind
Yeah,
of a
no.
cultural like zeitgeist thing right now because it's just there's daddies and mommies, but like that does nothing for me personally.
Mommy makes my skin crawl. Daddy
God.
makes me chuckle.
Yeah, daddy and mommy.
Daddy makes me chuckle because daddy can't challenge me.
Not a fan myself. You say this, Mary?
I did.
No.
Dots.
There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
It is really hard.
Gotta drill
I'm gonna
holes
be
in the
honest.
handsome guy's face.
Yeah.
What's hard?
Oh, you know.
Your penis.
No,
Very
you
well,
just
miss,
say
if you
yum?
would.
I said no.
Do you really make those detestable forgeries?
The sucky forgeries. Thank you for bonking Marin, E-Man.
Dots.
Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one.
They're so vague.
Yes.
This is why you have like Exhibit A, Exhibit B.
I painted it. Yes. Father praised me. Ow.
Oh, are you alright?
Yes.
You
Sorry, I
okay?
just had my back twitch.
Oh,
Quite highly for it.
you were having some issues with that last night. Audio,
I'm doing my like fidgeting thing and the fidgeting backfire. Don't
oh,
worry
no.
about it.
Audio
I'll
Dragon,
just lean back.
Audio Dragon, thank you for the hydrate command there.
So, she was the one who made the forgeries.
Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy.
You know that bit at the end of Parks and Rec where Jam says, have you seen Parks and Rec, Soupy?
No.
No.
Okay.
She-
Well, Marin, you
they
know
hate
the
Chris
bit.
Pratt.
You know the
Yeah.
bit at the end where Jam, after basically spending like 3 or 4 seasons being arch nemesis of Leslie Knope, he's like, we're best friends. And she's just like, what? And I feel like
Oh yeah,
the judge...
she helped him with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ron's ex-wife.
I feel like the judge is that with like all of the protagonists in Ace Attorney. He's like, we're best friends, right? It's like, you are the biggest obstacle I have to face in my career. I have to convince you every single fucking day.
That's literally the job of a lawyer, though.
Well,
Hey, yeah,
but,
the judge is just doing his job.
but the judge
Yeah.
is really, really bad and doesn't listen.
The judge is just like, man, that Phoenix Wright sure is
You could
spirited, isn't
you could
he?"
say Jam is just doing his job. He's just doing it in a really bad
No,
way.
Jam absolutely is not doing his job because Jam, like, purposefully fucking intruded on justice because Leslie would not let him shit in the bathroom he wanted to. Jam would like hook
Judge
up
would
people
totally
with city
Judge-
hall jobs because they bought like
The
tooth
judge
crowns.
The judge would totally complain about not being able to shit in Phoenix Wright's office.
But he wouldn't throw his vote determining like
We're-
based off of where he shat.
We're making Soupy Jesse Pinkman.
All I'm saying is this judge, he's not that bad.
To the world at large, he was the forger, not her.
Dots.
The forger father.
The forger father. I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I?
Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, This.
Oh,
You have seen this before, yeah?
Yes, it was in the desk drawer.
Very well. You may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
Witness testimony, the red envelope.
Oh, that's me.
Yep.
I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was, oh, I see. That my first work that was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it.
Stamp.
I received the stamp that was in that envelope.
It's an interesting stamp.
It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
Hmm.
There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony.
Not that the witness realizes it.
Very well. Please begin the cross-examination.
right. Okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham.
Okay, Firebird, I'm not going to do the voice activated commands. I'm good. As fun as they are, I don't need... I would probably have to set it up. Okay, let's see. Are we... why are we going to
Pressing.
get the song playing? All right, thank you, Ryu Karika, for getting us high up there. We are going to press.
So, these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right?
Vera is 19.
The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery.
True. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
Arrest the envelope.
All right.
That envelope's gonna need a good lawyer.
By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point?
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance?
For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all.
And the $100,000 in this that promised in this letter was the start. Nailed it. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham.
A new industry?
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words.
Uh-oh.
Can you guys still hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So, you didn't know how the things you were making were being used?
I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. The Fraulein has lived in an unusual little world.
Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope?
Father signed them and sent them back, I believe.
Send it back. Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp.
This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought.
Okay, here's the stamp.
What do you mean you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison! On the back! Extra quinine!
A moment, Herr Forehead.
Yeah,
You can't force an answer upon the witness.
extra quinine!
Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fraulein Vera. Why did you receive this stamp?
Is something wrong?
It was beautiful.
Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
Yes, I think it was.
So, you didn't know about the poison?
Uh,
Ugh. I guess not.
So the trap failed by chance. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake. Thanks to this commemorative stamp.
Quite the close call.
Yeah.
And then they moved.
You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is?
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. Their single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misham wanted to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work.
So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Misham. You did the work, and he supplied the face.
So, you really didn't know anything, did you?
I guess I'm confused as to why they needed to have a forger. I guess just because...
What do you mean?
I guess she has a skill for forgery and Drew doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not that he was training a painter to copy his work.
She's just more like a prodigy,
I see.
art-wise, and
I
then
see.
they were able to just make a lot of money from it through forgery.
Feel like you could make a lot of money just by having a prodigious artist child.
You had no idea how much danger you were in.
Apparently not.
About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty, and more than that,
Yes?
it was a picture of people I liked at the time.
This is something new.
Yes, boy. Do that to me.
Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein. The fuck was that noise?
The stamp. Oh,
Excuse me, sir. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it.
yeah. Hang on. It was the Grammary troupe.
The
I assume.
magicians.
Yeah. I think we can present here.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Magicians?
Magician. I love mysterious things. I always have.
Nothing more mysterious than Penn and Teller.
It's just a stamp that says bullshit.
Yeah.
Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat.
You're confusing mysterious with freaky.
Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. Oh.
See? Isn't magic great?
Admit
It was
it.
great.
Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited.
Wow. Apollo hates women almost as much as Martin does. Because he hates seeing Natalie Portman smile.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ooh,
people are
he-
siding with me.
People, 49.7% of people sided with you.
Well, it
which
got-
means it was not
Yeah,
the
but
majority.
Yeah.
But then Tiff.
We had
messaged-
another 0.3 people on our side.
But then Tiff in our chat was like, "I'm starting to see what you're saying." So that's 0.3
What if
of a person.
Tiff voted in that poll?
Wait, they might have changed their mind as a result.
What if they voted
I don't
no?
know.
They could have already
That's
voted no.
just one person, and wasn't there a couple thousand votes?
Mhm.
I'm gonna have
Wouldn't
to
have been
switch
enough
out.
to turn the tides
I'm
for
gonna
you.
have to switch out the Proto Badger with Natalie Portman.
Oh my
If you
God.
do, you're just gonna have to put like another redeem that is
Oh.
just Martin Billany is a misogynist.
I don't hate women, everybody. Come on.
Also, we need the Gordon redeem.
Yeah, sorry. It's been literally 12 hours. I've not done it yet.
I'm upset.
Oh,
And
how
where is
dare
the
you,
Miles
Martin.
Edgeworth dancing to
What-
classical music?
When you send me that file, I'll do it for you. But I've not got that file. Mill, thank you for the
I thought I did
follow.
send it to you.
I'm sorry.
Can't you download it from Twitter?
How?
I thought that you were able to download videos from Twitter.
I don't know how, if that's a thing. Anyway, Appleton87, thank you for bonking me, and Ankoko no Megami, thank you for unleashing the Proto Badger. Anyway, did you say this line?
I don't know, but the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad.
Did she just say what I think she said?
I honestly don't know what
very
she said.
sad.
But
Oh, magic troop? Now, where have I heard that before?
I said troupe.
The red envelope came after she'd completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made.
Apollo.
We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drew Misham's life.
all right, let's.
Do you think in like Spanish-speaking countries they call him a pollo?
I'm sorry. Oh,
Is his
Apoyo.
name Apollo?
Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I really hope so.
Would it be the ticket or would it be a different thing?
I believe
Okay.
it's the ticket.
It makes sense. A magician.
Those magicians you liked. Was it this bunch?
This bunch of scruffy nerf herders.
Oh, yeah.
Apollo, they're not a bunch. I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp in a business like that in a business letter?
Good question.
Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat troop grammary. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it.
Much like their magic career.
Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin?
Oh.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Someone reboot him.
Gramarye.
Is that a noise that Clavier made?
Sounded like he was fighting or something.
Yeah, that's what I was
Very
doing.
wet.
Oh, I see.
I was doing a mouth. I was putting my palms on my face and farting.
Okay.
Did it not pick it up well?
It sounded.
No, it did.
There you go.
Clavier gets the nervous farts.
What's with Gavin?
Clavier gassing.
This glimmerous fart.
Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please tell me, what exactly did you make?
Is he identifying with something? What's going on, Clavier? Can I ask why?
No! Answer the question.
Put that
No!
cookie down.
No!
Ah!
What's going on?
Prosecutor Gavin? You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Misham.
Mish,
Miss
mish.
Misham, tell me.
Did the monster mesh?
It was a book. A single page in a book.
A book? Please, be more specific.
It was the Necronomicon.
Voss.
Dairoji, welcome to the chat.
It was a handwritten book, like a diary.
Oh,
I don't.
Someone open a window.
Clavier gets distressed and everything gets distressed.
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost, and I
That's-
think he sharded.
that's why the guitar situation was so upsetting for him, because the more upset he got, the more he farted, which caused more of an issue with the fire.
Yeah, and the gas just
Yeah.
just really made the fire just,
Just
erupt
poured
around
on
him.
there.
If there was like an office version of Ace Attorney, which I suddenly really want, do you think that there would be a Pam that was like, oh my god, he went straight to air guitar. He skipped over the Ace Ventura butt routine. He never skips that. He's gonna start stress sharding soon.
His Misham. This
Clavier's
book.
poor assistant.
His boot.
Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no?
What is going on?
He's. How did you know?
Can I be part of the plot, please? Prosecutor Gavin,
9.
the defendant is
Not for-
answering
for
all
a
of your
while.
questions. Stop badgering her. Stop
Get some
blue
backstory
badgering
with
her.
He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor, nothing?
I think you soiled.
I was gonna say.
That's beside the point.
Sullied? Who? What? Sully's in this game.
Soiled you.
Sully.
He is kind of sully colored, isn't he?
Wainick's right. Who else?
Does that make Edgeworth Mike Wazowski?
Suddenly, Miles Edgeworth has Billy Crystal's voice. No. And Phoenix Wright is John Goodman. I love that. I would really like that. Who else?
Daddy?
He never told you about that trial 7 years ago. about how he came to lose his attorney's badge. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know.
Wrathgall, thank you for the follow.
A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat.
Fuck.
That was some method acting because I knocked my cane and had to catch it.
Oh no.
Damn.
Phoenix Wright.
That's professionalism.
A boyo's
Super
cane.
professional.
Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence is this bitch standing right in front of me.
A 14-year-old girl, Phoenix going to a
12.
14-year-old girl for help does make sense.
12-year-old.
12-year-old girl makes even more sense, honestly.
He was missing his normal weird little girls.
He's like, I
Yeah.
could go to an adult forger, but I wouldn't know how to talk to them.
I only hang out with weird little girls.
I need to overshare and have someone's protect instinct kick in. I need to be nurtured.
And it wouldn't be the youngest person that he overshared to anyway.
Look, I only call him out because I do the same damn thing.
Phoenix just really relates well to young teenage girls for some
Yeah.
reason.
Vera,
Young teenage girls are pretty cool.
you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it?
For all of our sakes.
Man, last week everyone was fapping over my clavier voice, and this week everyone's criticizing my accent. Go back
Can't
to being
win, can you,
horny.
Marin?
He's
The thing is-
faking the accent.
You also added a lot of fart noises. So I feel like
Yeah.
you
How
need to
could they
do
not
something
be
here.
into you? I'm so confused.
I'm
But
just
it's like everybody who thought my clavier voice was really hot last week. I added in some really wet fart noises.
look. That's just part of the German experience.
The Alzalmagia, thank you for the 10 bits. It's time for things to get weird. Okay.
Dots. We only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
Was he hot?
It was. He was. It was.
What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again.
Yes. What? Is there something about me?
Is there something about me?
Do you
Is it the
want to-
smell, perhaps?
Want to
Jesus.
look at me and my big hairy bald face?
I remember clearly.
That's you
I
remembering?
Just from all ends.
Look, there are some very disordered people in this courtroom.
Disordered people.
I remember who gave me the book, the diary.
Okay, L Train says, heads up, there's going to be a lot of auto-playing text coming up. So
Okay.
I'm going to request that maybe we focus.
Focus.
Who was it?
Choke.
Vera!
Oh, shit. Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna fall down. This is from the intro.
Oh, yeah, this did happen.
The devil? What's a devil?
Devil. Look, I
Devo?
could only do as well as I could.
Guys, we got to figure out what a devil is. Defendant Vera
Evil
Misham.
cadivel.
Condition unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis. Acute actroquinine poisoning.
Oh, they call me cute.
Thank you for the hydrate command there, Bibbidi Jones. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. All right. A Vampiro, thank you for the 10 bits. Hashtag penis. I imagine that's all the auto dialogue there, the auto playing dialogue. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance. I don't know if this is supposed to be Phoenix or Apollo, but
I think it's Phoenix.
until it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. Oh, what? Oh,
Yes, queen.
oh.
Our non-binary bitch. Look at that cleavage.
Oh,
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 I could fuck those tits. I'm sorry.
He's 17. in this,
Jesus.
just
I'm
so
sorry.
Come
I
on
went too
now.
far.
Heaven forbid I say
I
Natalie
knew it was a
Portman's
problem.
smile is
I knew
upsetting.
it was a problem. I knew it was a problem. I'm sorry.
And that,
Sometimes I just get excited.
and that is where we must go, into that
Yeah.
cleavage.
to his tits.
Eric, yes, thank you for bonking Marin. Oh, he bonked the child.
Aw, the child.
Bonk. To find the whole truth. Anyway. Oh, wow, that segment was like 20 minutes.
Because we got more court coming up.
We got a flashback to more
Yep.
court.
That was wild. Thank you for
You know,
bonking Marin, Erikios.
You know what they say? It's
Showdown
not
time.
your initial reactions to things that make you who you are. It's what you do
I
after.
lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time. And only lost twice. Is this Phoenix?
Yeah.
Who was the first? I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
The man
I
I
don't-
killed, of course.
Oh,
Well, it seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along.
Who said that?
Over a game of cards. Who's saying what?
Why, yes, over a game of cards.
I don't know.
Phoenix Wright wants to fuck Zach Garrett.
That was how we first met 7 years ago.
I would say Zach Gramery fucks Phoenix, but you know.
7 years earlier.
Phoenix is just like,
final trial.
Fine.
Guys, you're no selling this.
we know they met. We know this is the first time that we're going back
I
to when they
don't know
first
this
met.
stuff.
We know that they they're partners and they want to fuck each other.
All right. Phoenix Wright's final case, guys. Come on. Let's
He comes back.
But we
comes
don't know
back.
we don't know that yet.
Man, imagine playing Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton and being like, Phoenix Wright is a baker now? No way.
Imagine.
Forever?
April
Forever.
19th, 9:27 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew, okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and
Actually,
relax. What's going on
He
now?
got hit by a car. Maybe we should be more concerned.
Good morning, Mr. Enigmar.
Oh,
Who's playing Enigmar? What?
That's you, technically.
that's you.
This is me?
I
Yeah.
mean, take 3 seconds to think about who he could be.
That's Zach Gramery.
You've played him before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. Dark Jade said this part can get a bit confusing, but I think that Zach chose Phoenix as his lawyer via a card game, and there's any part that's
Yeah.
there's another part that's confusing as well. Okay. I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared.
I understand I am asking the impossible of you.
Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. It's funny because it's my Yugi voice and my Yami voice, and they played a card game together.
And that was enough.
Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Tiny child.
She's so cute.
Oh, morning, Daddy.
The Azulmag, you think of the 10 bits. If Phoenix was chosen by winning a card game and has spiky hair, does that mean he's an honorary Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist? Let's
Yes.
wait, but doesn't he lose? Oh, he won the card game. Wait, Phoenix?
He won the card game. He's never lost a poker.
Oh.
I thought he just said he
It
lost
was
twice.
Zach Grammar is the only one is the one who had only lost twice
Okay.
to his mentor, and then
Oh.
just then to Phoenix.
So wait,
And that's why he chose Phoenix as his lawyer.
I'm
Wow.
very confused because
His
like
previous attorney lost to him at poker, and that's why he's his previous attorney.
What a fucking dumbass.
Yep.
so wait. The situation is Grammarly wanted a new attorney. And he played a card game
Yes.
with Phoenix, and Phoenix wanted to be his attorney. And Phoenix won, and so he became his attorney.
I think it's more that Zach Grammer was
I think
no,
he
I
just
heard
called
you're a
on him.
lawyer.
Yeah,
I challenge you to a duel.
And Phoenix is like, well, I need clients because I'm poor, so.
I
Okay.
do like money.
I think I get it.
I'm so glad you came.
Zach
Hey,
Grammer
Alpha
is
Rabbit.
a dipshit, I think is what we really
I hate
need to
him.
know.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me after all.
That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. The heck is she talking about?
Anyway, I'm just gonna trauma dump to this little kid real quick. Oh, old boy.
Huh? Me? Look at what he started.
Here.
It seems fate's... Oh,
What's this?
should I read this? It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Magnifi Grammary. This is her dad, right?
That is
Or
Zach's mentor.
That's Zach's mentor. Okay.
No, they're not actually related.
Oh. I guess I'm confused by the relation.
That's why his last name is Enigmar.
Okay.
Oh, so that's his real last name. Okay.
Yes.
Whose last name?
Phoenix
Your
writes
client, Zach. His name is Zach Enigmar, and
That's
Trucy is Trucy Enigmar. But they're
Hoo-ha.
part of Troop Grammary, so that's like kind of like their stage.
Oh, they take that
Hoo-ha.
as their
Yeah.
branding. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Professor Lab,
Plus,
thank you for...
plus some other stuff, but it's spoilers. So.
Gotcha. Professor Lab, thank you for catching any starters for a hoo-ha. Enna Kaiser, weird fun fact, the live-action series Kamen Rider did a card game story, did a card game attorney story once.
I'll be right back.
Okay. They
Yeah.
reimagined Kamen Rider Ryuki, which was a card-based season, into being a lawyer-based, with the heroes literally fighting for their clients via superhero card battles. That sounds like it's up my alley. The Azalmagia, thank you for the 10 bits. Something I've never really contemplated before, but Trufi shifts from wearing Zach's colors to Phoenix's colors once she becomes his daughter. Oh, that is cute. And Alpha Rabbit, thank you for the follow, Alpha Rabbit. I do appreciate it. We're just taking a short break while Marin is AFK. I've never watched any Kamen Rider. I know it's kind of like a Sentai show, or is that something different? I know that Power Rangers is Sentai. That's the trope,
you're along the right
the
lines.
genre. Kamen
I've
Rider,
never seen it myself.
Kamen Rider looks cool, but like, I guess I just don't know if I have any way of just watching it. Is it on Netflix? I don't know if it is.
No idea.
I was never really big into Power Rangers myself. I watched the movie, and that's about it.
I liked it when I could like catch it on as a kid, but I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so we didn't really have like a whole lot of channels to choose from.
Yeah. Yeah, Power Rangers was something that I didn't have satellite television for a long time.
Yeah, same.
So the only way to watch it, I think, was on Channel 4 on the Big Breakfast. I don't know how many people remember the Big Breakfast in England, but it was like a 5-hour morning show, and they would show Power Rangers episodes but they wouldn't just show an episode. They'd show like the first 10 minutes of the episode, and then you'd wait half an hour and you watch the second 10 minutes, and then you'd wait another however long and you'd see the end of the episode. And they did this with various shows. They did it with Sonic the Hedgehog. They did it with Power Rangers. Yeah. Thank you for the hydrate, Commander Oberon.
Sonic the Hedgehog is another one I would get up really early to watch when I would catch it.
Now, when you say Sonic the Hedgehog, do you mean the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which was the one with well, it was just sort of Robotnik and those robots chasing after Sonic. It was like a wacky show. Was it the one where it was like a cartoon, or was it the one where it was like they were freedom fighters? with Sally
There
Acorn.
was the one that was a little more serious, right?
Yeah.
I think it was the one where that was more serious, and I think that's why I liked it as a kid. But it was a really long time ago. Yeah.
A lot of people liked that show. I didn't get big into it, but I appreciate the fact that they tried a somewhat serious Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon.
Yeah. It was a super long time ago, though, so I don't really remember anything about it. And I could never really catch it consistently.
And then we've got Sonic Prime coming out in about 10 days, I think, on the 15th.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you or some such?
Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary.
He could have saved his career if he just crumpled it up and ate it.
I'll give it a read later.
Notebook page added to the court record.
Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
We'll get through it somehow. I don't really do my job. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear. Great tits.
Ah, an easy win then, yes?
Well, not against the tits.
They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. A true thoroughbred.
All right, let's not get crazy.
Of course, there's one of those every year.
They get younger and younger.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
It's rigged.
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best, but do not worry.
First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can.
I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict.
Impossible.
Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest.
You'd think he'd be more worried about this than he is.
Oh, we have evidence. Okay, crime photo. What? What's going on? Gun, syringe.
There's so much going on.
He's written in it. That's clearly the thing that he wrote in the. How does Phoenix not put two and two together in this? I don't understand.
He's stupid.
There's a clown with a bullet hole in its head. Or
Do you think the clown was shot first? or
why is
last?
there a golden gun?
If it was me, it's a prop gun, I believe.
Oh,
If
okay.
it was me and I walked into a room and I saw that clown, I would probably also shoot it first.
He's being pumped full of Mountain Dew.
That's what old people live on in this game.
Body found in
Really?
hospital room, shot in the forehead. Touch the chest. Okay, yeah. Shot in the forehead. All right, he was? Oh, wow, he was. It's not much
You were
blood.
so distracted by the clown.
I mean, it's a small detail. There's not much of a...
A bullet hole in the forehead is certainly
Did you
a small
Did you
detail.
spot it immediately?
Yes,
Oh, you
I
did?
did.
Okay.
I kind of played this game before, Martin.
Right. Magnafee's autopsy report. Cause of death, single gunshot to the head. Estimated time of death, 11 to 11:30 p.m. I guess I should look at that. Age 67. 2 years away from nice. Estimated time of death, April 13th.
Didn't quite make it there.
Didn't quite make it
Nice
to being
minus.
nice. Cause of death, loss of blood from bullet wound. I would think it would be a bullet entering his brain, but sure. Remarks malignant tumor confirmed.
No, it was the blood loss, even though there wasn't even any blood on the pillow.
No, there's nothing. Remarks malignant tumor confirmed in victim's liver. Appleton
Not the
87.
tumor.
Thank you for the 100 bits. I imagine the clown was used to deafen the sound of the gunshot. Yeah, I suppose so.
Always
gun-
remember to grab a clown to deafen the gunshot, you guys.
That's my silencer of choice.
Bring your gun, bring your clown.
and the information I was
Get a
given was a
clown
tad bit
bandolier.
lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. Ha ha!
My client is Shady Enigmar. Vampiro, thank you for
Shoddy.
the... It's Shoddy? Oh, I'm sorry. Vampiro, thank you for the 20 bits. Listen, Tupac got shot in the head too and he turned out fine. Okay.
I went to the Ripley's Museum, like, believe it or not, and somebody got, like, a big old, I think it was a piece of wood in their head, and they turned out okay. It was crazy.
My client is Shadi Enigmar, known to the world as Zach Gramarye, a wildly popular magician, star of True Gramarye. The Azel Magia, thank you for the 10 bits. Now Shadi is also here. Are we sure this isn't Turnabout Duel Monsters? It could be. His mentor, Magnifique Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead.
Bye, Grandpa.
Now everybody stopped caring about magic immediately. And Zach Gramarye is the suspect. Oh, Sentai translates into squadron. I was going to say, Sentai seems to be about groups of heroes. April 19th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 7. Your tits don't scare me.
Court is now in session for the trial of Shadi Enigmar.
They actually do scare me. The defense is not scared of tits, Your Honor.
Also, I like how they went back to the old court sprites.
Yeah,
in the
right? It
background.
looks great.
but also, Clavier has like nicer sprites than everyone else.
He's
Yeah,
like
he-
from a different
like-
world.
He is the
That's why his tits look so good.
the girl your parents warned you about for sure.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Thanks for bonking me, Winter Soldier.
Is the prosecution ready?
I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really.
We've got
These
Mountain
Game Boy
Dew.
Advance graphics.
I thought you said
Buzzkill.
Game Boy Advance, and I was like, I am Game
Yeah,
Boy
yeah.
Advance.
I am advancing.
I am the most advanced gay boy.
Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime?
One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah. Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding heart?
The mom spaghetti.
The mom spaghetti. A Governor's concert got the
A Governor's concerts got 10 times the thrill this gig's got.
Oberon says, I really want Ace Attorney 7 to be fully voice acted. I'm curious as to each of your opinions.
I don't.
I do not.
Okay.
I saw a thing going around the other day
The
that was
Pokemon
like,
one.
Pokemon would be so much better with voice acting, and I'm like, no,
No,
it
it
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I grew up in a time when there were a lot of text-based games, and I just like it. That's my opinion.
I like being able to hear the voice in my head.
Yeah.
Well, and in 5 and 6, they do have voice acting for certain scenes, and every time I have to listen to that voice acting, I'm just like, please make this stop.
And maybe it would be better if, like, the animation
casting?
sequences, if the animation sequences were of a higher quality, because I just don't
Yeah.
really like I like the animation
I
sequences.
hate the animation sequences.
I like the animation sequences in the level 5 game, Great Ace Attorney. I think
Those are
look
much
really
nicer,
nice.
yes.
Yeah, but
But
that's
in-
because it was done by
But
a
in Dual
different studio.
Destinies and Spirit of Justice, they're not good.
Yeah, and I want the studio from the British games because those are really
Level
nice.
5. Not level
Uh,
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are
No,
really
it's level
nice.
5, isn't
It's
it?
level 5? Okay.
And I think
Yeah.
the voice acting in Great Ace Attorney sounds pretty good.
Well, because
Yeah.
Professor Layton has nice animated cutscenes, so like they already had like something to go off of. I feel like
Right.
for Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, but for Ace Attorney, they're just like, let's get anybody to do the animation, like any animation that we need.
Yeah.
Alpha
But
Rabbit.
that being said, like, I don't mind having occasional voice acting. Like, I
Right.
think that the voice acting in the cutscenes is okay, but a fully voice acted game would be too much. for
Alpha
me.
Rabbit, thank you for the 100 bits. Fully voice acted, VAs would have a panic attack. I mean, I
That being
think...
said, as a voice actor,
Yeah.
Bella,
Yeah.
bellissimo.
Yeah,
Give
from
me
a-
the money.
From an actor's
So many
perspective,
union
yes.
Yes.
sessions,
Yeah.
hours of content to record. Yes, please.
And as for my opinion, I personally would not like the voice to be fully voiced unless you made this like a big, like, I mean, I'm not going to say big budget, but put the time and the effort in needed to make it like really fucking good, like really go all out. If you could do like a 10 out of 10, like undisputedly great dub of the game, I would be all for it. But my
But
feeling,
you know they're not going to
my
put the
feeling
effort
is
into
they
that.
wouldn't do that. Yeah, they would just be like, oh, we don't really care about who these characters
well,
are.
okay. I don't think that's fair because I think a lot of the people working on the Phoenix Wright games would probably be very passionate about it. I think the problem would be budget.
Oh,
It
you
would
think?
definitely be a Capcom issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, my feeling is, when I say it's not necessarily throw money at it, but yes, money would definitely help. My point is that give them the time and
That too.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Give them the time. Really
The time
take
and
your
the
time
money.
with all of the primary cast. Give them really strong direction. Like really make sure it's a work of passion. Like, because the actors can be passionate, but if they're handed like nothing to work with.
So what
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
saying is that Capcom should personally reach out to someone in this
Yes.
call,
Yes.
say their name
Yes.
goes by Marin and Miller,
Lauren and Flillo.
and they
Marin and Marinson.
Marin and Marinson, and then they call this Marin and Marinson into a place where voice actors go to like record, like a studio maybe, if that's the word.
Yeah, maybe.
And then I could like direct them as to how to voice act because I would be good at
Teach
that.
them the skill of
I didn't say
acting.
teach them. I said, there might be perhaps a
Elbow.
person who directs the voice actors, maybe. I don't know if there's a word for that, but
Can you imagine Marin being in the booth, like directing for an Ace Attorney dub, and they're just like someone like says a line, and Marin just
wanna
like
hear his
slams their
tits.
hands down. Marin slams their hands down on the table. They're like, "No, hornier."
I mean, you laugh, but I have literally
Yeah,
done that for
you've
the
done
show I
that.
just finished directing.
You've done
that. Like, yeah. I have the experience. I have the range. I'm qualified.
Vampiro says, thank you for the
But
10
you're
bits, Vampiro.
perfect.
Thank you for the 10 bits, Vampiro. It's called a constructive criticism, Marin.
I don't know what we're
I
constructing.
think that he's saying that directing, instead of calling it directing. Bloody Zero J says, Ace Attorney's not what I'd call big budget compared to the big three of Capcom, Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, and Resident Evil. But it's not like they couldn't afford good voice acting. I mean, I would question that just because we've heard the voice acting in these
Yeah,
games.
I mean, we're being
They
very
currently
polite
don't
about.
even remember that this series exists. So
We're being very polite about our opinions on the
Yeah,
existing voice actors.
we don't want to
Yeah.
talk shit about the voice actors because I personally don't think they did anything wrong, but I don't want that for a whole game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I would consider turning the voice acting off if they did that.
Yeah, that's a nice option too. Although that being said, I do think the voice acting in the Great Ace Attorney is of a higher quality. And
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if that's
100%.
because-
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because it's a different
Estinian
studio,
is in
different
it.
director, and yeah, different actors. It's a totally different team, so different
Yeah.
results.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was recorded like in the UK, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
just get UK to do Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the reason why
Honestly?
they went to the UK
But
is because
Estinian
they
in
wanted they wanted the authenticity of the location.
They
Yeah.
wanted the real Herlock Sholmes.
Oh my god, I can't
Yeah.
wait for them to hire English people to do cringe American accents, and then I can vague
Yo.
tweet about it. It's gonna be
Yeah.
very satisfying.
Who were you again?
Where were we again? Clavier.
Where am I?
Clavier Gavin.
Oh.
Right here, look at the cleat.
All,
Look at the
all he says is, "I came."
cleat. I came to get the party started.
Oh.
Legally, yeah. I'm not 18
Gavin?
yet, but legally, yeah.
Gavin, defense attorney Christoph Gavins.
Alpha Rabbit, thank you for the 50 bits. Agreed. My only gripe with Great Ace Attorney is that the objection shout was a bit weak for my liking.
Honestly,
and-
I feel like the only two truly good like objection sounds are the Phoenix and Miles ones
Yeah.
from the original game.
Phoenix and
And the-
Miles. Yeah.
They've been
But
weak
see-
ever since.
And apparently the Phoenix guy who said that, who did that, is a sex pest. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, God
no,
damn it!
Fucking what? Fuck.
Yeah.
It's also been ruined by that.
He got fired like from
Okay.
Capcom or his last job that he was
Fucking
in maybe in
hell.
a few years ago because
We
of
can't
sexual
have anything.
Well,
harassment.
let's just keep
I
going.
was really sad because I was like, man, I want
let's
that guy
not linger on that.
to yell
Let's-
at me.
Let's not dwell.
I mean, I'm not dwelling.
Ah, figures my bro's more famous in this part of town.
His bro.
Claudia Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, rock boy.
I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy.
No,
Through my debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight.
13 years, hard time for love. He's 17.
I was put in jail when I was 4.
Look at his sideburn mustache combo here.
It looks like it's straight up like
Coming out of his nose.
hairs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The victim in this case died after being shot in the head while in the hospital. Magician,
His
heal
sideburns
thyself.
did not cushion the blow.
He didn't shoot the sideburns, he shot him in the forehead.
But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah.
talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way.
How about you eat my ass?
Maybe in a year, kid.
Oh, I'm just getting warmed
A
up.
fucking
here.
17-year-old person being like, how about you eat my ass? To like a
Have you met
30-year-old man.
17-year-olds these
I-
days?
Yeah, no, I guarantee you I would have said that as a 17-year-old to a
would.
30-year-old. And probably meant it. That's the problem.
You said
Also,
this?
I think Phoenix is like 25, 26.
Oh, he
Yeah,
is.
he's still kind of young.
I
He's
can't look
32
at
Yeah, this is-
he's 32 in the present day.
Okay.
I think he's 34.
So he's 26.
25 or 26.
See, he's 20. He's 24 in first game and 25, 26. So he'd be 27 here. I think. Maybe 26. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case. I did no research before I showed up for work today.
Achoo, baby.
Achoo.
Time to call on the opening act. What was his name again?
Oh!
Yes, it's my husband. Hit it.
Detective Gumshoe. Yay!
It's a boy.
It's him.
I didn't think he would be coming back. You guys were like, that's it for Gumshoe for several games.
I forgot that he was in this.
Holy
Not
shit!
just several games. This is literally his last appearance,
What?
Yeah,
chronologically.
period. Also, look at how crazy Clavier's neck is. Like, holy shit.
That's where Phoenix got his inspiration.
It's
Neck-
like a
neck
fucking
jealousy.
giraffe.
Neck envy.
Yeah, what that neck do?
He's the
And
poisonous
you are-
giraffe.
Yeah.
He really is.
Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe.
I love you.
I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. I'm a
I
homo.
will.
He's a homicide detective.
Yes, he is.
Rob Rulin, thank you for the 10 bits. And with that, the game has just redeemed itself for the existence of Brushel.
Do we have to look at Gumshoe's armpits?
Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see.
I wish. Hey, you!
I was trying to think what the armpit version of Bussy would be, but then it was just arm pussy. So
It's-
I mean, it's not
you
wrong.
can't just say that, Martin.
sorry.
Huh? Me?
What the fuck?
Today's the day, pal.
His name is Dusty Gamussi. Jussie.
Today I win and you lose.
What?
Jussie.
Ow. Eric Harikios,
I got
thank
confidence in my testimony today, see?
Harikios, thank you for bonking me. I deserve it.
What, you normally lack confidence in your testimony?
Here, detective, this is my stage. Can the antics.
Huh?
All this hey Ewing and such. And I could care less about your history together.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days back in the room at the General Hospital. In a room. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out.
Yeah, I hate to say it, everybody, but teenagers are kind of assholes.
Yeah. Them's the facts.
Teenagers are assholes.
Them's the facts.
Baby is right, Vampiro.
Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifique Gramarye, was a famous man.
Oh,
Wow.
He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were.
I know we've seen this image before, but wow.
I still like that turtle.
That
turtle's got some
that
crazy
turtle
neck
is
strength.
amazing.
I think the turtle is more talented than the guy.
And the elephant.
All these animals
Yeah.
are the reason to watch the show.
Ah, yes. The great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifique to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare.
Fucking Gen Zs.
They do not
Yes,
know.
though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Gramarye has made quite a name for themselves.
In parking lots.
Yeah, at the supermarket. Anyhow, the retired Magnifique's been in the hospital for the last year.
Oberon wants to know our thoughts on Gumshoe X Edgeworth.
Oh man, I have so many.
I'm not super into it myself.
I don't like it just because
I think it's more one-sided than anything.
yeah, and also money is involved and he's not getting much money,
Yeah.
so it's like, oh, that's an abusive relationship not really abusive, but it's a toxic relationship if it is one.
It's certainly not a healthy power dynamic. That being said, I don't read fiction to only explore
Sure.
healthy power dynamics.
Yeah.
which
Certainly,
is
and I'm
why
not-
Right.
I really like it because, you know, Gumshoe is constantly vying for attention from Edgeworth, and Edgeworth gets something from that as well. He gets that feeling of superiority. So Gumshoe is always struggling for purpose that Edgeworth gives him, and Edgeworth hates himself and just keeps feeding into these negative interactions. And so then eventually they culminate into fucking and, you know, financial domination and that sort
And
of
Gumshoe
stuff.
cries.
And Gumshoe cries. And I like seeing men cry. So, you know.
He just cries pure
This is a
Also-
lot of buttons for Marin.
Christ.
Also, why I like Edgeworth. He cries.
I do
So-
enjoy the general dynamic between Edgeworth and Gumshoe. I think it's very
Yeah.
entertaining and it's very rewarding, especially if you played Investigations 2, because holy cow,
Yeah.
that was very
Yeah.
cool.
What a good game.
Yeah.
I do think, and I that being said, I don't. If I'm like just like OTP forever, I can only pick one. Obviously, Naramitsu, but it's fun to
Mhm.
ship Gumshoe Edgeworth in both of their unhealthier periods.
Did you say this?
Yes. What was it? A mall ignorant tutor or something?
I am mall ignorant for sure.
Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps?
In other words, he had liver cancer.
it's not a Tudor.
It's not a tumor. He only had 3 months to live, in fact.
Well, then why did someone shoot him?
They
why not just wait?
wanted to do it themselves.
They were trying to get rid of the cancer. Turns out it was
No.
just both at the same time.
Magnifi's chart added to the core record. Okay, you got his health stuff. Mercy killing, I guess. It's a bit rough. Diagnosed with a malignant tumor, given 3 months, touch the check button for details. Patient's name. And now, Bill. See it. Magnifi Grammary, age 67, male. Malignant tumor in liver has progressed to final stage with no hope of recovery. Patient has 3 months to live. Patient has chronic diabetes. Requires regular insulin. Is this the first time a character has
This one is... Yeah, this one's getting really real.
Yeah. Okay. The beatus.
The facts do seem simple enough,
Not the beatus.
but something's not right.
The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him?
I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die?
Mr. Fucking It's Raining Inside My Heart wouldn't put it so lyrically. Incidentally,
I'd
the
be so
victim had a serious
artsy-fartsy.
case of diabetes,
What's up, Mary?
as opposed to a non-serious case of diabetes.
A very funny
I was
case.
just making fun of him. I just said I don't know if I'd be so artsy fartsy.
The beatus?
In fact, he was about to shoot up with
Why
insulin.
does he
The
like this?
drug addict.
Yeah?
When he was shot with a pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene.
Well, he's in the hospital. Shouldn't it be there?
I would think that the nurses would give
They
it
would
to
give
him.
it to him, yeah.
Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it.
Maybe his health insurance didn't cover that. They are just magicians
Oh,
after
yeah.
all.
We'll give you the insulin, but we won't give it to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The victim was clearly at the end of his life.
I don't know how it is elsewhere, but in the hospital stays I've had, they've been like, don't bring your own medication. We will give you the medication you need and then charge you after you've been
Yeah,
checked out.
that's why they wanted to. They don't want you to bring your own medication because you've already paid for that.
Right.
They need you to pay 5 times the amount for
Right.
what they give you instead.
Small syringe added to the court record.
I believe the question before us is clear then.
Hot dog bong water 420. Thank you for the follow and for the hydrate redeem. I'm not going to drink hot dog bong water though. But I love the name. Welcome. You are with friends. We are bong, water, hot dog, and 420 friendly here.
I am not all of
420
those
angry?
things together.
But why
those
not?
things together. I do not want hot dogs in my bong water, for one. I do not want hot bong water to boil the hot dogs in. I do not want to have anything to do with hot dogs
This
that
is
were
a-
in bong water.
It's a weird
and I
version
do
of
not
green
wanna
eggs and ham.
smoke. Yeah, I do not.
Yum. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man?
Welcome, hot dog bong water. It's great to have you here.
420 chug it.
Chug it. Big fan already.
What reason could he have had?
Very well, detective.
Appleton, hot dogs while high equals good. Mixing the preparation of the two, very bad. I don't know. A good weed hot dog.
It's called efficiency.
Yeah, combine them. Put weed instead of mustard on your hot dog.
It adds a little something, you know?
Gross. It's like catnip, but disgusting.
Yeah.
That basically summarizes it.
Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I will be
Ariki.
right back really
Oh,
quick.
sure thing. We're going to take a quick break here while Soupy is AFK. In fact, I'm going to also be RB. Marin, are you okay taking charge?
I
Are you wanting to
okay,
go
well,
AFK?
I guess I can.
Do you want to go
I
AFK?
can- No, this is a lot of responsibility
Okay.
that I'm being handed, but it's okay.
All right, be
I'll
right back.
survive.
Take care,
Okay,
man.
everyone. Can I be trusted with this?
Guys, be gentle
Can
with
we
Marin.
be trusted with this? I think we can get through the next few minutes together without me doing anything that would upset Martin too much. I've already had the urge and suppressed the urge to read my Pegatorium fanfic out loud to you because that is something that would not make Martin happy. So I'm trying to think of topics that would be good to discuss. Here we go. Hot Dog Bongwater submits a question. Marin, do you prefer pancakes or waffles? And you know what? I think I you're not helping. Uh I like French toast, to be honest. I enjoy French toast out of the three, but pancakes are good as well. But you know what? I never order French toast. I always end up ordering pancakes. But it's usually because when I'm going somewhere, I never really have the choice of like French toast or pancakes. It's usually like Denny's, and I don't think they have French toast at Denny's. I'm saying the word French toast a lot. And as for how many chapters I have written of the Pegatorium fanfiction, the answer is one very long chapter. I think, hold on, I think I've got it up right now. No, I can pull it up real quick though. I'm going. I'll do a word count. I have to scroll past all my stupid work. Okay, here we go. This is the word count on the fan fiction, the Pegging Cinematic Universe. I just hit 25,369 words on this. I was hoping to get to about 30 before I called it quits. So I think I've got another, like 4,000 words left to go before it's done. And right now, they have already climaxed once and they're building up to a second climax. Good for them. But essentially, we were playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2 and Callisto. No, I'm sorry. We were playing Ace Attorney Investigations 1, and Callisto U tickled me very deeply because she laughs at Miles Edgeworth. And I feel like that's what I would do if I met Miles Edgeworth, is just laugh at him. So she's very powerful, and I feel like that power could be used for the greater good. It could be used to emasculate Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth enough into getting them to physically connect with each other in a way that they obviously want to. And I feel as though if there was a universe that existed wherein by the time Miles met Callisto U when she was revealed as the Yatagarasu or whatever, the villain of whatever the fuck we were talking about, then she would use her powers to get some for herself and then to get them to fuck, because she'd be like, holy shit, y'all just obviously want each other and I'm gonna make this happen. So when we met Patricia Rowland, I realized that should Callisto U, if there was ever a universe where Callisto U and Patricia Rowland, the warden of the prison, met each other, they would definitely both be invested in whether or not Phoenix and Miles fucked. And so once Callisto came up to Patricia and was like, hey, you know those gay lawyers? And Patricia would be like, oh yeah, we've been betting on them, like whether they're gonna fuck. And then Callisto's like, oh really? Because I've got your winning bet right here. Help me. And so Patricia sets up one of the workrooms that was previously used for grooming dogs for Frank Saw It, and she turns that into the Pegatorium. And so Callisto U lures
Okay.
Miles and Phoenix.
Sorry.
Hello. I'm talking about the
Ah.
the not graphic parts of my Pegatorium
Oh
story.
God, come on.
What?
The
I'm
non-graphic.
talking.
Okay, sure, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if there was a universe where Callisto U existed and she saw Phoenix and Miles together, she would definitely know that they had not fucked and that they wanted to fuck, and so she would do whatever she could to make it happen. And then if there was another the same universe where she met Patricia Rowland, they both would be invested enough to want to make Phoenix and Miles fuck to make it happen. That's where I got.
All
And
right.
so that's the premise of my story.
The circumstances.
And you're getting the side story about that when I finish this fucking fan fiction, Appleton 87, of which I have written 25,000 words.
And only 25,000 more to go.
No, only about 4,000.
You are a liar.
Maya he, Maya who there, Calico Jackal. I appreciate it.
Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder.
Oh, that's what I'm holding?
No, not necessarily. You'll see. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead.
So it's like manslaughter.
The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it.
Oh, he's wrong about that, is he?
I don't remember. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
Because if it's a prop
I'm sure
magic
we're about
gun,
to get a. I'm sure we're about to get a lesson in ballistics.
right?
Well, what? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question.
Oh. The handwriting was so different. Magnify's letter added to the court record. Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
Very unusual indeed.
So it says, to my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnify Grammary. And then this letter. I guess the handwriting is similar.
This is the diary page.
Right.
If you look at the photo and if you look closely, you can kind of see a ripped page.
Yeah, it does look like he has a ripped page.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the middle there.
Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
A strongly worded letter.
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court?
Did he lose a card game to this guy as well and had to shoot him as a result?
No. Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir.
One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason?
The devil is in the details here, attorney.
I think you'll find it's pronounced Deeble.
I think you'll find you should eat my butt.
Well, was there some reason?
Is that where the Deeble is?
As it turns out, there was a devil every night for a half hour starting at 11. The victim, Magnify Grammary, was given an IV
Oh.
of Mountain Dew.
An IV?
Mountain Dew.
IV from Soul Calibur?
There it is in the picture, off to the side to the bed.
I
Off
wanna-
to the side of the bed.
The IV right here, yeah.
Is that some delicious Mountain Dew?
That's some Mountain Dew.
Clavier.
Oh, that's me at 11 o'clock. A doctor would come to set up the IV.
Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 10 bits. 11 was the butt plug time. This is the face of a man who has a butt plug inserted 20
But
minutes
the
before.
butt plug was put in his forehead. Oh no!
Oh, they messed it up. They put the IV in his butt and they put the butt plug in. Wait.
Oh no.
The IV is not in. So I mean,
Well,
You-
they
you might
realized
be onto
the
something.
mistake first.
they put the butt plug on the forehead.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag.
Get this bag.
This happened every night without fail.
Butt plug everything.
Pixelinks me says, I just realized I can't remember any other Soul Calibur character other than Ivy. And there's a
There
reason.
was John and Chip,
Cervantes.
Ashley,
Nightmare. So that was the
Mr.
only time...
Caliber.
Mr. Caliber.
Mario.
So that was the only time they could meet up
No, so that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption.
Darth Vader.
Link. During his IV.
Very well. Shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
One of my favorite things to do. Huh?
I was gonna say I'm so happy that Jason is in Mortal Kombat.
One of my favorite things to do in the Soul Calibur games back on the Dreamcast was, I mean, I know this is pretty common these days, but you could go into like the character gallery and look at the 3D models and make them say things, make them say their lines, and it would just spam their random lines, and you could like have Ivy be like, I like that. That would be just a random line she says. She's just like, I like that. I like
Okay,
Ivy.
but I would actually like that for someone like Moira from Overwatch, because she says, like, there's one line in particular where she's like, tell me how this feels. And I'm like, oh, Moira. It feels funny.
Did you say this, Judge?
Yes.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me.
Ninja butt plug. Thank you, Eric. For the clip there.
The shades.
The circumstances. Are we pressing or are we just getting to the gun bit?
I think we're pressing.
Okay, let's press.
Moira be
Oh, that
sucking
classic
and
hold it.
I missed this old music.
Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it.
Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just as he had commanded.
He had to grow into the farts. He was burping when he was a teen.
It could be a
butthole
setup.
was not big enough.
It could be a setup.
Vamp Breed, thank you for the follow. We've had a lot of soupy usernames follow the stream recently. I've gotten at least 3 or 4 different soup
Oh.
people join.
Really?
My-
Yeah,
Are we
My
starting
brethren.
a
The-
soup cult?
the buffet is
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say a buffet. We could start a Panera Bread.
Oh my god, what if we started a soup buffet?
We should.
But
That's
let's
a
not be in
genius
such a
idea.
hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change.
I imagine we wouldn't do so well in the summertime.
That's when the
Unless
salad,
she's-
part of the
unless-
soup and salad really
And
happens.
gazpacho.
Oh
A
yeah.
nice, refreshing gazpacho.
And borscht.
Yeah. Thanks, pal.
SpaghettiOs.
Fine.
I-
I can play it slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
Blah 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 blah.
And this letter was sent by the victim?
There it is. Gotcha. You're all mine this time, pal.
Oh, Gumshoe, no. Oh, I'm all yours.
Ah.
I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victim's, no mistake.
Oh, right, because of the first case he was in.
Yeah.
I see.
Ha 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 ha! Score 1 for the boys.
I didn't lose. I was just ascertaining the facts.
Fuck you, Phoenix Wright.
I didn't lose.
Eat it.
I didn't
Eat
lose.
my ass.
Where's Stanley? Tell him to eat it.
Eat it, Stanley.
L Train 4444, thank you for the 10 bits. And with that, Gumshoe has had more victories in this game so far than Clavia.
So
Oh,
why am I so
believe me.
annoyed?
I've scored plenty.
Somebody's wrong on the internet. Ugh.
But a letter ordering your own death? Things are what they used to be, I guess. You used to just order other people's deaths. That was the way of it.
And at this point, the judge hasn't even started playing Genshin Impact yet, so it's a... What is he playing right now? He's playing like some Farmville or something, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, you definitely Farmville.
Yeah.
Old people love Farmville.
He's just playing at the pulpit.
I'm trying to even sim social, I guess. I don't know.
I'm not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor.
So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead.
Like, what did
That's
we even
funny.
fucking play back then? That was.
Well, what year is this? Let's figure this out. Hildren
Wife
Payne,
kid.
thank you
Well-
for the follow.
This would be 2019, I think.
So 2019.
Oh, so Genshin Impact.
No. Genshin Impact. What was it out in 2019? No way.
It had just come out.
How did
or
it?
it was going to come out.
Oh, really?
If it
Yeah, but I
hadn't
feel
come
like
out, it
the
was on
judge wouldn't
brink
have
of
like
it.
caught on until
Yeah,
after a while.
The judge is specifically playing it
the judge
7
is
years.
playing Love Live.
Love Live.
Yeah, the judge is
no,
definitely
because that's
playing
from
Love
like
Live.
definitely that's like Attack on Titan era right there.
Yeah.
Definitely Love Live.
Or Tsum Tsum.
How can you be so sure?
He's playing Destiny. That's a burn.
Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal.
I don't think they're burning anybody with that.
No, he's playing the original Destiny.
Oh, I see.
Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking.
I'm not gonna crank my nog here. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective.
First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear.
I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it.
This isn't about what you do.
Well, good for you, Phoenix.
I would not do this. Therefore, nobody would do
Well,
this.
maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal.
Maybe I need to grow a neck bone. You failed to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective.
We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene.
Traces of gunpowder residues shows that it had been fired recently.
Really?
Well, Mr. Wright,
What's that about?
Right, Mr. Wrong.
as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim.
The photo? Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigmar,
Got something else.
I guess?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yes?
What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes.
Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead.
Mm-mm. Oh? The defense disagrees.
Really?
You see, the defendant had another choice he could make.
What? And you can prove that with this photo?
What happened?
I'm
He's a child
17.
now.
Sometimes my voice doesn't turn into a sexy man. I'm sorry.
I can prove he had a choice, yes.
The defendant might have fired like he was ordered. But he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot?
The
The gun, silly.
Ah.
The clown doll?
He also played Ace Attorney too, Your Honor.
LOL.
Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead too.
Ah! There's a hole in its forehead.
Yes, and a hole in the prosecutor's ass.
Oh.
Not anymore, it's been plugged.
Oh, my butt plug just came out. Excuse me. And I suppose
That's how funny it was.
I suppose you have a reason as to why he'd shoot the clown doll.
He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead.
His forehead.
Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead.
You only got one shot.
One opportunity. Which is exactly what he did.
Mom
Hey,
spaghetti.
He shot the clown doll square in the forehead.
Ass.
The Gumper.
He's flat.
The Gumper.
The gump truck. I'm gonna hump that gump.
The defense has raised an intriguing possibility.
Humping that Gump.
It's gump day.
That hole in the clown's forehead. It was definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter.
I admit, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less.
Glad you're easily
Still.
impressed.
This doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Look at the shading right here, though. Wow. Something
Yes,
going
I'm a
on.
His
beautiful-
8-pack shows through the
It
shirt.
sure does.
I'm a beautiful trans man. Keep gaping at my breasts.
Perhaps he did.
He breasted boobily down the stairs.
Clavier definitely breasted people.
Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This
So
was the only
stupid.
way he had to follow his orders without taking a life.
Phoenix is so fucking dumb.
That's really dumb.
I love him.
The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation.
Like, it's just like as if like shooting the clown. Yeah, you could say, oh, he could have just shot the clown, but then there's a bullet hole in the man's head anyway. Like,
Yeah, the dude's still dead. It might very well be a clue. Yeah, Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. God, those fucking collarbones.
How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is gonna get.
Hang on, do not touch anything. Hold on. Okay, I print screened.
holy shit. Come on now. Who wrote this?
Somebody who is on our side. Thank you, localizers.
Who wrote this?
I see you. I see you, Janet.
Janet
Janet Sue, you get over here. Accept your noogie.
Detective Gumshoe.
Azulmagia, thank you for the 10 bits. Phoenix seems really, really, really smug in this case, talking down to novices and stuff. Yes, pride comes before a fall, as they say. And Koku no Megami, thank you for cashing your phrasing redeem at the perfect time. That really was a good time for that.
Please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
So what? Oh,
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal.
can we
Do we have
present?
the gun in evidence?
I don't.
I guess not.
I guess not, but
Hmm.
lots of blood from bullet wound. I guess we can only press right now, or?
So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim?
Oh, one bullet.
Hey, not a bad summary, pal.
More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever.
I'm sharing the whole screen cap. That was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself.
Classic G, this is a flashback to 7 years ago, so somewhere Apollo is being an even littler guy.
Yeah.
Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me?
Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten it out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony?
I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully.
Why do you think he didn't have time to do any research?
He only got the case files like that morning.
Oh, so he just couldn't do any research.
Yeah.
Okay. Bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. I guess I didn't press that one, did I?
You can try pressing it again.
You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo?
That's the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it.
Hang on, still posting about the hole. It's quite amusing to me. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
Ryu Krika, thank you for the 10 bits, and I think you're right. I would like to point out, I did say I think the clown may have been used as a silencer of some sort. Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. I think we're just trying to tie those two things together.
So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words.
You bet we did.
And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. Okay, so he added this at the tail end of the whole testimony. Vampiro...
Yeah, well,
What's up?
I think we might want to repress some statements.
Okay. I'm sorry, Vampiro, thank you for the 10 bits. That's the gun Dwight accidentally shoots off in the office. It's so loud. See the Ronin, welcome. The memories. These are
Can't find
indeed
middle
memories.
C.
Let me press.
Why are you so certain?
What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal?
That's Edgeworth's ass. Not a pile of sand.
Like a bag of sand.
I know it's pale and piled
And rough.
and
Like horse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
Not like here.
Shori the Wolf, thank you for the follow. And Ally 2 Hero, yes, we are indeed flashing back to Phoenix Wright's final case.
For now. You've never heard of Zack and Val's quick draw shoot 'em?
I've heard of Zack and Miri make a
Idiot.
porno.
Same thing.
Huh? What's that?
One of the defendant's specialties.
Oh, who this?
I wonder. Zack and Val stand on either side of a girl. Then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. I would definitely hand this gun to a child.
Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear.
Ah, so the troop grammar is just cop propaganda.
Much like the Gaviners.
Yeah.
It's just lawyers and police people doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would explain a lot about the police force.
Troop Grammary stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held onto that pistol ever since.
But if it's designed to not hit the thing you're shooting at,
I don't think that's the specific design. I think that's just part of the trick, is that they just
don't.
shoot everything else.
oh, okay.
Yeah. The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they're both, oh yes, they're both.
Well, this truly is a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently.
So, were any fingerprints found on the gun?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh well then,
Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves.
right. If you're known for
still
wearing gloves, they
boy.
take that into account. But if you've never been seen wearing gloves, you could never have worn gloves.
Never. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint.
Ah,
Come
yes.
the fuck on.
This lack of evidence counts as evidence.
One might say that he did do it.
Aha! Intriguing point. Well made.
He declared
A
himself
little
not.
stupid, but all right.
He said not guilty, which in a way is like being guilty. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not well made. Not intriguing.
In any case, the court accepts this evidence.
Stage pistol added to the court record.
My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this.
No.
But now it's time to return to our testimony.
Rock Rulin, thank you for the 10 bits. Ah, yes, a person who isn't known for wearing gloves would never wear gloves in any situation. Never. Cats the musical Calico
Especially not for
Jacket.
crime reasons.
Void Adept, thank you for cashing in your starships for a hoo-ha.
I think now we can present the pistol because
Now we know about the
it.
fingerprints, right.
Well, that and we know it only can hold one bullet in the chamber, and now we actually have
Yes, the one bullet, yeah. I felt like that was the real clue because, like, that's 2 holes. But, I mean...
I like the way it says fires one real bullet. I feel like they mean, like, in its lifetime, almost.
Who does?
It's like,
Everybody.
you can fire one real bullet. It's gotta be a good one.
The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Capiche?
Yeah, but like I just said, pal. After he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and...
Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not.
A murder weapon? How?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds 1 bullet at a time.
Ah.
If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too.
Ah!
That's not even a contradiction. That's not it. It's not. Not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Oh? Where'd he get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know.
How's he know?
I have a bullet guy. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. What, is he gonna bring more bullets?
I had a feeling this wasn't over yet.
Where is Edgeworth in all this Vampiro? I imagine, knowing Edgeworth, he's often... Yeah, he's in Europe.
He's in Europe.
Probably
Europe,
about to get a phone call in a few hours from Phoenix being like, I just lost the case.
Yeah.
And he's like, my bad.
Can you book a private jet and come home, please?
And Edgeworth is just like, I'll be right there.
What? No, this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startlingly good record sales.
Reggie33 says, you could say the lack of another bullet means there was another bullet. You've never seen him with another bullet.
And utter lack of humility.
Ah, what's this? Seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared.
I want to see Gumshoe more, though.
Like
No
I
can
said,
do.
Ooh.
here detective was just a warm-up act. And
Thanks
let
for
us
warming
never
us up,
see
Gumshoe.
him again.
Ugh.
Everyone say goodbye to Gumshoe.
Goodbye, Gumshoe.
Bye forever.
Bye, Gumshoe. I love you so much. Come here and give me a hug. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what is to come, they are ready.
Right, Eureka, thank you for the 10 bits. I just imagined Edgeworth reacting like Kaiba when Yugi loses in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Well, this isn't the first time Phoenix has... Is this the first time Phoenix loses a case?
He lost the last case of Justice for All
Right.
on purpose.
Right.
But that's the only one
Ready for what?
that we know of.
For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who you will find can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Gramarye who shot the victim in the forehead.
Gonna be Dr. Hottie.
Ugh. Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess.
This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach.
Court is adjourned.
All right, we're going through so many sections.
How many sections are in this case? Or yeah.
It's kind of fucky, so
Kind of fucky.
I'm not sure. Hold on. I can check.
Turnabout fucky.
Because that was the fourth one we've gone
The
through.
fucky turnabout.
This was the third. This is the technically the third section we're on that we've done today. So, but I think we'd already gotten through one or two sections because we had the investigation and then the courtroom, and then we were in it. Yeah. So this is
We're on
like
the
section
second
5.
So after this section, we have 2 more sections, but I think the one after this might be longish.
Okay.
Right.
L
Yeah,
Train, thank you for the 10 bits.
it definitely is.
Pour a cup of ramen out for our boy Gumshoe with the arms full of noodles. April 19th, 11:21 a.m.
I hope
Wait,
he gets
Phoenix-
to make weenies in heaven.
Phoenix gets disbarred right before 420.
Phoenix.
He's going to have so much weed to comfort him. District
Phoenix
Court
Wright.
Defendant Lobby number 2.
It's gonna be okay.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened?
Ah, the way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy.
Speaking of which, where is she?
You have seen the problem yourself. The letter.
The one shot in the forehead one, right?
Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say, for now at least.
What is this for now business?
I've done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident?
Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor.
The way he talks is like he definitely did it.
I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. When the moon is lighting the pitch, at which point my peasant friend, who looks just like me, arrives so we make a switch. And found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. 2 pistols.
2?
I was dual wielding. Yes, the one I had used on stage. And the one that had been used by my partner, Valent.
Oh, for the Zack and Valence quick draw thing.
My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing.
Vampiro, thank you for the 10 bits. I'm convinced this is Revolver Ocelot.
I love to reload before a magic trick.
Pulls an ocelot out of a hat.
Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then for a moment.
You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first.
So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before?
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnifi coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in True Grammary?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket?
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor.
So, wait. There's 2 bullets?
The
Yeah.
There's
That's
2
the-
guns, so.
Right, I guess. What were those?
what were those called?
Rifling marks.
Yes. Well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case. You mean there's something else you can tell me?
You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks.
Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened.
What? Magnifi Grammary. Dark Jade, sounds like there's something really fishy going on here, and Zach's really not helping his case here by being so vague about everything, but there does seem like something shady going on in the troop here. Yeah.
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. Did you just shoot my fucking clown, man? What the fuck? It was not a long discussion, maybe 5 or 10 minutes or so.
Mostly he was mad about the clown.
What did you talk about?
Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you?
Magnifi was just like, that was really loud.
It's so loud!
You scared me!
It does not concern this case.
That Grammary. He seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I am in your hands.
Right. Let's get back in there. We learned like nothing except for the guy woke up. And there was 2 guns. April 19th.
I mean, that seems pretty important.
That does seem pretty important, I guess. 11:37 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7.
Court is now back in session. I've had my snack and I'm ready to go.
During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head. I dug it out with my fingers myself.
Well, this is news. And the rifling marks?
There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis, though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon.
Well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness.
Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think.
Miles Edgeworth in shambles.
Don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident the witness will do the job.
What? You're whispering. What? I'm over here.
Do not worry. I am quite confident this intimately acquainted witness with the players of our little production will do the trick.
Being the other half of Troop Grammary's famous duo, Zach and Valant.
Valen Grammary.
Valant.
So we get to meet the great Magnifi's other disciple. Magnifi.
Magnific.
Oh, who's voicing
The
this one?
Magnici. That was
Who's
you,
this
Mark.
boy.
Wait, what? I'm both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when you were like, "See you later, crocodile."
Wait.
that's
I'm-
this guy.
Wait. But, wait. Hang on.
What?
So I voiced...
You voiced 2
Oh.
out of 3 people in the Grammary troupe.
Wait,
yes.
so Valent... Who is it?
Oh, wait, this guy is from the first case. I didn't remember what voice I did.
Yeah.
Oh, what voice did I do for him before? I thought this was that guy.
I don't remember. I don't remember if he even talked much in the first
They both.
game.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
can't
if
give
he
them
did.
both the same voice.
Yes, you can.
I can.
You can.
Okay. Then
Maybe that was just a
maybe-
voice taught to them by their
maybe-
mentor.
maybe. What's his name?
Every magician just sounds like this.
Okay. Did you say this?
Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation.
I'll just make him a bit dafter sounding.
Rowan Grammary, magician.
And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student your partner's guilt.
Fate, the grand illusion filled with traps and tricks.
So he admits to the tricks.
Wait, the shooting took place in the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. Thistle1031, thank you for the follow. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? Were you up past your bedtime?
If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes.
Okay. I always get the characters, don't I?
You do, baby boy.
I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
Have a good night, Bedinsis.
That looks very familiar.
Wait. That's the same letter Zach Grammary received.
Yes. Or perhaps I should say, ta-da!
Dang.
Order, order, order. And what does it say? Surely not the same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself.
Oh, different time.
Why, it's practically the same. The court accepts this into evidence.
Magnethy's letter 2 added to the court record. Electric Boogaloo.
This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop Grammary up to?
Smooching.
You know how I be.
By which you mean...
I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion here, Judge. But from one of these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
We walked the magician's path together, and in so doing, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain. A warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand.
By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse.
Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Grammary, stands accused. Tell us why.
Tell me why. Oh, I'll
He
do...
shot a guy in the head.
Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise singing hymns to the miracle that is magic.
Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene.
In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time.
As every magician knows, timing is everything.
Yes, and now it's time to get this fired party
Partied
up. We're lifting the party over the fire.
We poop set the party.
We push at the party.
The night of the crime. That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnify requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet smooch I gave to the clown. I kissed that clown with a bullet.
Stuck my tongue in its mouth.
Mwah.
Mwah. Then I informed the doctor and the police.
Why did he shoot the clown?
So you were the one who reported the crime?
Indeed. I would think this fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Nobody who did crimes reports crimes.
Let's not jump to any conclusions.
Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramery, is guilty.
And if it wasn't Zach Gramery, then the killer was you, Valant.
Could have been the lady.
You'll see why it couldn't have been the lady.
Okay.
And no disappearing act will get you out of that.
Boom, boom. All right. Are we pressing?
I believe so.
Of the man.
Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m.
Indeed. In magic, timing is everything.
He
Right.
said that.
Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? Why, it would reveal the very secrets of my magic.
Now that you've revealed the very secrets of your magic for all of us,
Shit.
let's move on. You went at the designated time, and what did you see?
Rah.
The smell of gunpowder.
So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby?
I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination.
Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid.
Now you are the one imagining. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination.
The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things.
I love it.
Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse.
So it does. And my partner, he did not refuse.
But Magnify wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't?
Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't all so strong at all.
So which is it?
Mind if I continue?
Steel is heavier than feathers. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you?
No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing.
Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valant, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene, namely...
I'm guessing the number of pistols?
I think you're right.
How many pistols were there when you entered the room?
By which you mean what precisely?
2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valant quick draw shoot 'em, correct? 1 for each of you.
You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night.
What did Zack tell me back in the lobby?
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. Oh no, I've been shot. How am I supposed to tell the people about Pokemon the movie? The first movie.
I see no problem with that statement.
Gotta say first movie.
Only one pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all.
So you picked up that pistol and fired it.
Indeed I did. Alakazam, Alakazing, Alakaboom. Alakazam briefly shows up, I think, in the Pokemon first movie.
No, I think it's the second movie. Oh, no, wait, maybe it's the first movie when they're all introducing all the different Pokemon in the castle.
Yep.
Maybe he even slaps another Alakazam.
I don't remember. I don't know if I remember Alakazam being there.
I
Is the number
swear,
of pistols really so important?
I swear, there's like
Abra.
there's a continuity error in the Pokemon movie because they say a Pokemon name, but it's a different Pokemon. I'm gonna look it up. Alakazam. Oh no, I guess. Wait, no, hang on.
Osmomagia says they remember Team Rocket calling Scyther Alakazam.
There you go. They got it fucked up. That's what it was.
Their Straw Hat confirms.
There you go. I'm gonna say this pistol thing is quite important.
Yes.
The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony.
What can I do but obey? I have a will of steel, except for now.
And they called a sand slash, sand shrew. I feel like that's the kind of stuff they couldn't fuck up these days.
No.
I feel like the
They get
brand.
torn apart.
Yeah. Duskbringer, thank you for the 10 bits. So you admit shooting.
Yes? Oh, crap baskets.
So this is the amended statement. Only one pistol was in
Yeah.
the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown. All right.
I think we need to present the pistol here because we need to establish that we still don't know the ballistic markings on the one that actually shot the clown.
I'm gonna have a quick look at the pistol as well. Watch out. Oh,
Ah!
no.
Don't point something at me!
Give me all your money.
I guess there's nothing on it.
Guess not.
Weird. Oh wait.
So I guess Phoenix. Oh wait, there was something.
Oh, it's signature.
If you look closely, you can see how the pistol's made to bend here.
Oh, I guess you were right.
It's a one-shot only model, and I guess the bend is where you load it.
So this is the famous Gramarye Golden Gun. They say kids used to love pretending they had one of these. I wonder if they pretended to miss their targets too.
Okay.
It's bendy.
So you said present this?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
According to the defendant, Zach Gramarye, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table.
Ew.
One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket.
Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head.
Well, what about what Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense.
What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown.
That's your story, at least.
Huh?
But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valent.
Master Dark 9999, thank you for the 100 bits. No, Alakazam was one of the Pokemon beaten by Mewtwo in his armor just before beating Gary's Nidoking and Arcanine. Recall what Professor... Sorry, suddenly it's Pokemon. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. Recall what Professor Oak said about not using a bicycle right now.
Do not use a bicycle right now. The rifling march on the back.
Ah,
The bullet was a match.
Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead.
Order, order, order! Well, this is all rather sudden.
Oh, Calico Jackal, you take care. Feel better, okay? I hope the meds do the job, but I'm sorry you're feeling that way. You go take care.
What have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin?
I owe the court an apology. Sorry.
Hang on. Talk amongst
Am I
yourselves. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine.
Okay, so anyway, after they make the Pegatorium, Patricia and Callisto both get a plan together where, like, Callisto is like, oh, I need... Oh, I see, you're making a joke.
There you go. That's what it reminds me of. Okay.
Sorry for what?
You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them.
But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon. Put this away.
Why are you pointing it at yourself?
That is a very stupid thing you did. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add.
Can't you hear the sincerity?
Listen to how sincere I am.
That's German sincerity
Oh,
right there.
I'm so sorry. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake I made in my youth?
That was just this morning.
I am still young. And I might add, hot. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime,
Oh yes, Debo.
we would not be having this pleasant discussion now.
He thinks I'm pleasant?
I was being, how they say, sarcastic, an asshole.
Valid grammary?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were presented to this court as a decisive witness. But you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
But I'd rather be divisive than indecisive. Drop the niceties. Silence, a message from the king.
I forget how it goes. Da-da-da-da-da-da,
You say
da-da-da-da.
the guy in this case got shot in the face, and it's not this guy who did it.
You'll see in time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to skip your dialogue.
That's very rude. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts.
5 out of 5 for the facts. Thumbs up. Go see him.
The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
No.
All
When
right,
Mr.
I tried.
Good night, everyone. That's my case. I'll see you in the morning. When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, he'll write, the real fight is about to begin.
Bring it.
Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what.
Who shot what?
I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived.
What kind of hospital leaves these guns? Why did they not take
They're just
them?
like, all right.
He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10
Maybe it-
p.m.
Maybe it's the Hottie Clinic.
Yeah.
And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me.
He was there at 11:05, which I mean, I guess means he was there at 11:10.
Those times are rather close, you have to admit.
And that's the other thing, Azulmage. I mean, unless they are using the clown as a silencer, which I don't know if they necessarily did. How did nobody hear a gunshot?
I don't think that's actually a part of it. I don't
Yeah.
think that actually happened.
I-
Maybe it's just in a hospital in a really bad part of town.
Oh yeah.
Somebody shot another patient.
Oh, no.
Oh no, it was just the clown. It's fine.
You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes.
Yeah, he said it's just some sort of weird, like, blood oath thing with his pseudo sons. I don't know. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Blood oath.
To use the 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi.
Is easy to explain in this situation here, Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love.
Thank you for the headcut ribbon flag.
Due to the song, press the play button and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds.
That's short.
That's not very long,
I'm
yeah.
short. Do it 100 times, the result is the same.
Yeah? Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff.
It was free on iTunes, God.
I forgot how I would always predict Phoenix's comments.
I was fucking 15 years old. How old were you when you made a fucking debut single, Phoenix, right?
Professor Love, thank you for the hydrate command.
Phoenix is like, shut up!
Yay!
I'm a beautiful, expressive young man. Magic, young trans man even. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus.
You just sort of became like hocus pocus there in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but like we all know that his accent isn't real.
Sure.
So... and in the time of death, he just likes listening to himself talk, really.
And in the time of death determined by the doctor there. What? And in the time of death determined by the doctor there is an incontrovertible truth. Hocus pocus! Oh yeah, brother! Ooh, brother!
Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, the one from King of the Hill.
Ew. Ooh yeah!
Very well. The prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times.
Disney Plus sequel.
And we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations.
Uncomfortable plot
No can
points
do.
where a child is being accused of being a virgin. Talking about yabos the whole movie.
What?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that a thing in Hocus Pocus 1? That there's like a whole thing about they're teasing the kid about being a virgin.
I was like, what part of Phoenix Wright is this?
You know, the part where we make fun of Phoenix for being a virgin.
Yeah, I was like,
Everybody-
did they
everybody make fun
confirm
of
that
him.
Phoenix is a virgin?
I mean, there's no evidence otherwise.
Yeah.
Lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands.
Point taken.
No, I'm gonna do more macho man voices.
Oh yeah.
Be a man, Hogan.
Baseless remarks will result in a penalty.
Okay, never mind then.
Carry on, Mr. Wright.
Carry on. Right.
Naruhodo.
Not
Wait, so we can't just blindly press?
Who shot what?
I don't remember.
He said there's going to be penalties if we're not focused.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The irony.
I arrived in the hospital room, 11:20. I feel like the time is important.
Yeah, I think we should do that one.
This one here or the first one?
Yeah, because this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I
I was
press
gonna
it?
say that seems like something that we can press on at least.
Yeah.
Maybe save the game real
Yeah.
quick.
You think they would just drain it? Okay. So
They're gonna kick us in the penis.
In case we need more than one guess.
I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? What?
We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death.
The time of death paid $7.99 to get verification.
Oh, God.
Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction.
See, another person has done their arithmetic homework.
Point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene.
This picture is so funny.
That's
It's
so
just
weird.
that him and the clown have like matching hats.
Recall what we heard.
And matching like shirts.
Yeah.
Like all of their color just
It's
matches.
like the clown is meant to be him or something.
I guess that is the point of the test.
The
maybe.
visual, yeah.
Recall what we heard earlier about the victim. Magnifique Grammarie Schedule.
Oh, right, because they're going to put the IV in, but the IV isn't in. Flavia?
Oh, I was vibing. Sorry. Every
Fabulous
night at
distracted.
11 o'clock.
I'm just happy to hear the original soundtrack again.
Flavia saw IV and thought, I vibe.
Time for me. Every night at 11 o'clock, Magnifique took an IV drip for 30 minutes. Magnifique took an IV drip for 13 minutes.
Is this your new song?
I guess so.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes.
Now, took a look a little closer. I need a nap. Now look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end.
Bag end?
Look at bag's end.
Ah! The needle's been removed.
Oh, he's telling us for us, okay.
Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot.
You know how it goes. That would seem to be the case.
Interesting.
Y'all are stupid.
Yeah, that...
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips.
I'd like to
Is
see
that true?
IV from Soul Calibur drip. Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV
Somebody
liquid.
bonk Martin!
That was very horny.
Bonk him!
I'm sorry.
This better not awaken anything in me.
Marin.
Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts.
Thank you for bonking me there, L Train 4444. I'll take that.
This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it
What?
was determined that...
That's such a stupid way of doing this.
You're such a stupid way of doing this.
Soupy with the proto badger.
The co-hosts are like, oh yeah, we can use these too.
I do
The,
forget sometimes.
The IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began.
IV report added to the court record.
And so it was when I, Valant, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof.
Let's have a look at the IV report then. IV stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Touch the check button for details. IV report 30 minutes required to administer full IV from the amount remaining. IV stopped 10 minutes after administration began.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Did that seem important?
Yeah.
Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony.
Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. The water of life springs not eternal. The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence. Let me see.
I think we might press.
Oh, press it?
this
Okay.
one first.
I was gonna say.
Hold it. Did you notice the IV yourself, by any chance?
When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then, his left arm did I spy a rose drooping and wilted. Its thorn, the discarded IV needle.
Bruh, just speak English.
No,
Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot. Luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect.
indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color.
Your
Fuck off.
lucky color?
Indeed,
Oh, is it like color-coded envelopes?
indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valent won their first Magician's Grand Prix,
You're a Grand Prix.
yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians, AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics. I was adorned in this attire then too, and our trophy, a bust. Ah, what a day that was. Titty trophy.
This is one trip down memory lane no one needs.
My lucky color, yes indeed. And that IV too. I say, I think 'twas hewed especially for me, Valent.
That does seem to be the case, indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Valent sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony?
There's
There is a contradiction because the IV wasn't green. Well, it wasn't yellow, right?
Right.
Okay.
It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck. But not this time. Mr. Valent, your lucky colors betrayed you.
I'm afraid you've lost me.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence.
What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based.
Ah. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here.
We're on third base today, baby.
No, this must be an all your base reference, right?
Oh.
Surely. Knowing these games.
Yeah,
Well,
I think you're right, yeah. Very well. Let's hear the defense's claim. Where's your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valent has told us?
It's the.
It's the photo, I believe.
Yeah.
The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
Photo of the crime scene?
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us here, right, just where is the contradiction in this photo?
My pleasure. And I assure you, it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white.
It don't matter if you're black or white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness's testimony?
Green, baby. Wasn't putting piss in him.
Valent Grammary, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow,
This
yes?
wasn't an IV, it was a catheter.
Oh, God.
Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes.
Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright?
Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene.
This would suck for people who are colorblind.
Yeah, right.
What's this?
Confusion, doubt. Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy?
that a Lord of the Rings reference? It
Yes.
can't. Is it? Yeah. Oh.
Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valent. Look at that IV bag.
What is this? What foul magic?
It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph.
Alakaz... Cypher! Alaka, no!
Order, order, order. What does this mean?
This is some kind of mistake.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake.
The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valent Grammary? As an experienced sub, I can tell you there's no substitute for experience. Valent Grammary, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not.
Well...
This contradiction can mean only one thing. Shut... What?
And to think, you almost had me.
Huh?
I see your true colors shining through. It's Attorney Phoenix, right?
Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? Would you like
No,
to share
bruh.
with the class?
I'll sing it.
As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence.
Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright.
How do you mean?
How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree. At a glance, the IV liquid does appear a sort of greenish yellow.
Come on.
But I assure you the liquid itself is quite yellow. How would he know?
He's probably there. right?
Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself?
Oh, it's blue, so it changes?
The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook?
It looks like I want to say light blue.
Precisely. Figured it out yet.
Come on.
Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and...
This is a guy who's pissed in lots of bags.
You get green.
A dehydrated man that's pissed in many bags, yes. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color.
I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it.
As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin.
Us?
You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Ambulance?
The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that?
None the fuck.
It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you?
I do think.
Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow?
Galakazoo, my god!
Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once.
Yeah, this is... I guess they get away with this because it's a flashback case and it is technically quote unquote Phoenix's last case, but he is remarkably actually on the ball here.
Yeah. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So I'm sure it means something, but what?
Hey,
I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valent Gramarye, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because
he knew the IV liquid's color, I guess?
I believe so.
from the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag.
I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what this all means.
Oh, Azalmagia says that 2 of those options would have worked. Interesting.
Oh, really?
I wish the games would do that more, because sometimes
Same.
2 could
'Cause
be...
There's sometimes where it's like 2 different things make just
Yeah.
as much sense,
Yeah, and you shouldn't get penalized.
but they don't make it that way. Yeah.
Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor.
I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah? Excuse me, your cleavage is not nothing, sir.
The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin.
I remember it well.
However,
Like it was only 10 minutes ago.
there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. For example, I don't watch a curvaceous woman walk by and say, "Damn, check out the IV bag on that one."
Unless she has an IV bag.
Yeah,
if
it
she
depends
does-
on where you're hanging out.
I do hang out at the hospital a lot.
Me and Hottie got something going on where we're femdoming Miles Edgeworth.
I'm what they call an ambulance chaser. Wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. Liquid!
Liquid!
You need to
Right,
do a
right?
voice. You need to do a Phoenix Wright voice like that.
As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At which point, like magic, it disappears.
Punch Crow Hoodlum says, "Roadkill snake!"
However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased?
What if we peed in it?
You couldn't tell,
Yeah.
could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in.
First of Spark, let me get this straight here, right? I am not, you are not, but let me try to get this straight. You're saying that the witness watered down the victim's IV bag?
Not with water, but with IV liquid.
Oh, he's changed the way it looked so it seemed like a different time.
That's how
That's-
you knew.
Oh no.
That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow.
Oh.
No, wait, I said wait. How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task?
I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water in a cup. I'm a big boy.
I can pour water into my sippy cup.
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a sippy cup and an IV bag. Quite.
Well, how come every time I go in the hospital and they're like, "Do you want an IV bag or a sippy cup?" And I'm like, "Give me the sippy cup." How come that's
Yeah.
a thing then?
The IV bag doesn't taste nearly as good.
I think you might need professional help, and I think you need to stop going to the Hottie Clinic. My.
The Hottie Clinic is the only place that will give me apple juice in an IV bag.
That's not apple juice.
Look,
I fell off a bridge, and then they gave me a sippy cup, and I was fine. So everything seems in
Yeah.
order.
Got the real big Tim Heidecker energy going on right now.
I'm drinking so much lithium water.
Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat?
He has a point, amateurs. Why did he say it like that? I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag.
You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face.
Duskbringer13, thank you for the 10 bits. Judge, I wish I had some game to play while these two argue, and then he finds Genshin Impact.
Wow. We're making
This is
history
the real
today.
turning point.
He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death.
I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. The
Citation
only
needed.
person who's allowed to make things up is me.
Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to Earth?
Valid grammary.
Solid evidence versus liquid evidence.
I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime.
Time of crime.
Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting?
Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was
The syringe.
Oh, yep. The victim syringed.
He didn't have diabetes.
It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick, and easy enough for an amateur to use.
What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it.
That's how syringes work, isn't
Your
it?
voice only has.
Sorry, go on.
I was just joking about how the claw of your voice only has so much dynamic in it.
Yeah.
And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valid Grammary, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. I'm surprised we haven't all switched from clocks to IV fluid. One that you could manipulate at will.
Alakazam.
I'm farting doves. I'm farting Monopoly cards.
For Monopoly cards. I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin.
God, I'm too hot for this. Peace out, bitches.
I'm afraid that, while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today.
Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigation work.
I see there are no objections. Court is...
The irony.
Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing binds one to the truth so effectively. Blinds, not binds. It's the opposite of binding. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. In a way you never, ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking.
Huh? What's he talking about?
I don't fucking know. You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. Lurkwad.
Lurkwad.
Just turns into a call and response. There's no proof.
There's,
Go.
there's no proof he didn't do it either.
Yes, quite true. And there's not proof that there is no God.
Huh? He's admitting it? There's no God?
There is proof that there's no
This is
proof
Phoenix
of
finding
there
out
is
right
a-
now
what?
that there is no God.
Why am I doing any of this?
I thought I was gonna get into heaven.
This explains all of his character arc from here on out, to be honest.
Miles Edgeworth, put it in me.
I'm sorry, everyone. Nor was this witness. I'm sorry. Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped.
I was gonna say.
This I admit. After all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much?
Because the past games are better.
You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin?
Proof here, Judge. I have another way to prove my case.
A book?
With evidence, no less. Oh, I wonder if there's a hat on the back.
All right.
What's this?
Is this the forgery?
This is the victim. Magnifique Grammary's diary.
Diary?
After going into the hospital, Magnifique began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, the startling debut, and meeting of his disciples.
Debunked.
He debutted.
Don't debut him.
It seems.
That would be the greatest
The
tragedy.
worst.
It seems he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death.
Wait. That book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request?
Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night.
Ericchio says we're up on 3 hours, 20 minutes. How is everyone? I was going to ask, are we coming up to a point at all, or is this going to go on for a bit?
I think we're getting to the endish of this section,
Okay.
which I don't think it's a good idea to end it before we get to
I
the
was
end.
going to say, I
Yeah.
don't feel like we should.
I'm cool with continuing to the end.
Yeah.
Even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we?
This does appear to have been written just before his death.
Tonight's IV is in, maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Oh, like a card hand?
All that is left
To
something.
all that is left to something is all that is left to mine.
Is to lay down this pen.
The court accepts this into evidence. We can check it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But either way, the
Magnify's-
fact that there's a page after that implies
Yeah.
that there was just something happened.
Stuff, yeah, presumably it's the thing that was torn out of the thing that was given to me, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Magnify's diary added to the court record.
Read the very last page with particular care.
Ericchios is like, everyone start talking faster, and Marin's like, read the last part.
Excuse me, I cannot control Clavi or Gavin. Okay.
I know, nobody can.
This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand.
Vampiro, thank you for the 10 bits. And then the journal reads, and the killer was... Ah.
Frau Blucher.
Of course, by his. He refers to our defendant, Zach Gramory.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all.
Look, I'm a member of a thespian society and I took an oath, okay, so...
But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifique Gramory intended to write again. Hon, that is. If Zach Gramory didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this.
Are you doing audio reacts for me?
Yes,
Claudia?
yes. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends.
There's clearly a page ripped out.
Shut up. Because Magnifique's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramory.
Arikios, I'm pretty sure the chat's up here, is it not?
I see
I
it.
see it on Twitch.
Yeah.
It just disappears after a little bit.
Order, order, order! Prosecutor Gavin! Are you certain that Magnifique Gramory wrote this?
There is no mistaking his handwriting, unless, of course, this is a very
Forgery.
convincing forgery, yes.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifique did intend to continue his diary. Yet if his diary ended here, which plainly it did,
Then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramory.
Gramory.
Well, how do you like me now here, right? Still too green for your tastes.
He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence.
well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we have heard was lacking. But put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case.
If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something.
I guess I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
showing that page, which probably is going to not
Yep.
go well.
Uh-huh.
I've heard about the situation that...
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I'm
Trusting
left...
weird little girls never goes wrong.
I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence.
What? You got some evidence that overturns this diary?
Show him your Avidussi.
Oh. It's not too late to think. Oh, wait,
It's
that's
always too late to think.
dramatic. It's not too late.
You think I'm thinking about this?
It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
Very well. Please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown the court.
Don't even think about it.
Do not even. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary.
All right, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is... no regrets.
No regrets.
First,
Some regrets.
take a close look at this diary. You'd better not show this diary. Look at this diary.
Look at this diary.
Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. I mean, duh.
A page has clearly been ripped
What's
out.
this? I hadn't noticed that at all.
That's why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page.
Alaka, I don't believe it.
Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifique Gramory. That's the defense's position.
Wait, let me see that.
Why would he sign it?
Hoo-ha!
What in Sam Hill?
Who's Sam?
It's lowercase
Hoo-ha.
Sam as well. The Void Adept, thank you for the hoo-ha redeem there.
Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary.
I also like that Fate is capitalized, like he's a fan of the Fate series.
Enki was his favorite.
Damn right.
Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnify's diary.
Quite remarkable.
Would you care to explain what all this means here, attorney?
Well, as long as I have a full career ahead of me, sure. The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means
Christ.
that the victim was still alive after Zach Gramarye left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valid, Gramarye?
No. No.
The handwriting, too, matches that on the other pages. This is, without a doubt, the genuine article.
Easy first case. Can't wait to have a whole full game after this one.
Order, order, order.
But wait, that's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that. Yep.
Finally. You just couldn't resist. Could you hear right?
Did he do this intentionally?
You'll see.
Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Being a
That I got
lawyer?
from a little girl.
Something solid, all right.
Snake?
My cock.
Jesus.
Here, Judge. Here, Judge.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin?
Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness.
What the fuck? Oh, the girl.
But Prosecutor Gavin. This evidence overturns the current witnesses.
I ask only to put it on hold. Please. My new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor.
Well, if you put it that way. Mr. Wright, what's your take on this?
Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. He seems really excited about it. Let's do it.
Basil Magia, thank you for the 10 bits. You know, it's weird that Phoenix is extremely competent this whole case, and then is like, yeah, I'll present this decisive evidence that hasn't been examined or verified by anyone.
No substitution for experience.
Pride
I'm
coming
very
before a
sorry,
fall.
but I have to request to step away from it because I'm out of water.
I also need to go to the bathroom, so does
Go
anyone
for it,
mind if I... Soupy, are you okay if
I
we...
also have to pee, so
Oh, we're gonna just
All
leave
can
the
we
chat.
just leave the chat to their own devices?
Let's leave the
Let's
chat.
put some music on, some Phoenix Wright music.
Oh yeah.
I need the bathroom. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Be right back, everybody. Don't light things on fire while we're away.
Oh my god, butts. I'm back. Did Soupy, are you back? I guess I'm the first one. All right. So many emotes. Thank you for spamming those butts in chat. I do appreciate it. I don't know if any of you were here for the Midnight Sun stream yesterday, but I got very excited. Thank you for the head pat, Ribbonfly. I got very excited because not only is that game a lot of fun so far, but the butts in that game are top notch. 10 out of 10 butts in that game.
Turn down for what?
Gordon. Speaking of butts, thank you for cashing in your star chips. There was just Jerry for a turn down for what? Gordon, you meowing?
I'm back.
Welcome back, Soupy.
How's Gordon?
He meowing.
Aw.
What's up, big guy?
About what?
I don't know, but he came in and he went,
Oh,
Mister. He's a big boy.
round boy.
Magic Moonbow, thank you for the hydrate command there. He sure is a round boy. Duskbringer, thank you for cashing in your star chips to unleash the proto badger. What you want, Gordon?
He wants a hug.
I'm very concerned about Phoenix, and I think, obviously... Okay. We got high up there. I'm back momentarily.
I'm back.
Welcome back, man.
Welcome back.
Perfect timing. Well, thank you, Rowdy Karika, for getting us high up there. All right. So shall we hear this new testimony?
Mm-hmm.
So it might as well be sooner.
Then, though this is highly, highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring the surprise witness to the courtroom.
Gordon, are you surprise witness?
He's a man.
I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious.
No worries, Dark Jade. Thanks for the heads up there, and it's always great having you.
He must have known.
Gordon.
And I should have known it was a bad sign all around.
We leave Phoenix alone for one game.
Right? It's because he doesn't have a weird little girl. Holding a trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin.
You live by the weird little girl, you die by the weird little girl.
Yep.
I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony.
Ah, yes, my testimony has been quite secure, yes.
A judiciary deal?
The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say?
Shall we K?
Shall we kill?
Shall we
is what I was
kiss?
gonna
Shall we
say. I was
kiss?
gonna- I thought it best to contain the information to this room.
What if we kissed in front of Drew Misham?
I would like that.
And we were both girls.
Are you a trans woman? I'm a trans man.
Gordon.
Very well. And you are the witness, I gather?
I don't know if I was voicing Drew Misham. Who's voicing Drew Misham?
I think that was you, Martin.
Oh, it was?
If I remember correctly.
Yes, sir.
State your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Drew Misham. I'm a painter.
A painter? And you are somehow related to this case?
No, well, not per se.
I have one simple question for this witness.
So far, nothing. Everything checks out. It's all good. Gordon, come away from that. Come on. Hey, Gordon. Sorry.
Apparently the defendant has a cat.
Hey.
Oh, not the defendant, the defense.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what time this is?
You know what time it is?
Do you know what time it is,
Gordon.
Mr. Mission?
Hang on one sec.
Causing chaos.
He's 30 pounds. You do not want him doing anything he should not be.
I'm sorry.
Bowling
He can
ball and a
cause
cat.
legitimate problems.
He was trying to get into the candy. Vampiro, thank you
Little
for the 10 bits. Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah, I know it well.
How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I made it.
You... What? You made it?
Yes, you might call it one of my works.
The regional prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday.
Assistant to the regional prosecutor's office.
Shut the fuck up, Michael Scott. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramarye.
Illegal evidence?
I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham, has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries. He's trying to forge me, you see?
Yes.
He's really good at his job.
Forgeries.
You almost thought it was me.
Well, so we are to understand that this page here is
A fake. Prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Whoa.
Bless you.
Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence.
I got it from a little girl.
Yeah, I'm a good lawyer.
The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright.
So I guess everyone's like, Clavia's a great prosecutor because he just does his job. But then he has this whole thing where
Yeah.
he basically was the biggest fuck.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know who's behind it.
Right.
He
Witness.
thinks he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client?
That I don't know.
What?
Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I
His
make
little
the items
mustache
they want, I receive my payment. What?
His little mustache is so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Look at it.
That's the extent of my contact with them.
That's a very cute little mustache.
Hey, thank you.
But there's no proof that this is a fake. Don't believe his cute mustache.
It's a fake.
Huh. Okay. Well, his mustache said that. So...
All right, well.
Wait!
Oh, okay.
To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works.
See, I drew a penis in the corner.
There's a little dick. I can say without a doubt this is mine.
Sweaty boy. Sexy boy.
And me.
That's a That's a man.
Tilly, what's wrong?
Mr. Wright,
You're a bit of bad boy.
you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court.
You tolerated a person whipping someone.
That wasn't illegal evidence.
PK Luigi, thank
That
you
was
for
just someone being a dick.
PK Luigi, thank you for cashing in your star chips for a stop breaking the law, asshole. It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair.
Seems legit.
They said it was really important and legit.
This is why critical thinking is important, boys and girls.
It was all a trap.
Always ask yourself, where is
He didn't
it
get into
coming
law
from?
to think critically. He got into law to find a boy.
It was all a
What,
trap.
Like it's hard?
A fatal trap.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
do you have an explanation for yourself?
If I
No.
did, would the court hear it? Oh.
Probably not.
Oh.
Forging evidence is a serious crime for defense attorneys. And only for defense attorneys. And presenting it in court is a serious mistake.
So up you go. Up.
A fatal mistake for an attorney.
Rock Rulin, thank you for the 10 bits. Hey, remember that time Francisca presented illegal evidence, took it back, and received no repercussions?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fatal, too, perhaps. For your client, I fear.
Charlotte, Yamikasara, TLDR, basically, there was a magician was murdered, and there was decisive evidence presented that proved the innocence or the guilt thereof of the
Phoenix's client.
Phoenix's client. And Phoenix tried to counter it with a piece of paper he had been handed by a child before the court case started, really.
Yes.
And that turned out to be a forgery, and the prosecution was aware of the fact that evidence was going to be presented that was forged. So Clavia was just prepared to catch Phoenix in this moment and really put the boots to him.
Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one.
Your Honor, wait.
A lot of people in the chat are like, well, this hasn't been an issue before and things like this have happened. And yes, you're right. The thing to keep in mind is Phoenix Wright has lost his main character plot armor at this point, so he's just much more vulnerable for plot reasons.
I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, and I would never, never, never do that, of course. Except this once, just come on.
Azulmagia, thank
But
you
it's
for
my
10 bits.
birthday. I'm just a little birthday boy.
It's my first day. Azulmagia, thank you for the 10 bits. So now that we've seen how Phoenix lost his badge, we can now appreciate that not only did he have his daughter forge evidence for Apollo's first trial, he had her hand it to him in the exact same way that caused him to lose his badge.
Yep.
That's funny. Phoenix doesn't hold a grudge,
He's an
he
asshole.
embraces a grudge. Duskbringer 13, thank you for the 10 bits. Phoenix, oh boy, when Edgeworth finds out about this, Edgeworth, right? Phoenix, I should run.
I think Phoenix thrives on grudges now.
Yeah.
But
He's
you,
a bitch.
you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual.
I am sorry, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wiggle, thank you for following. Welcome to the Wiggle Palace.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Your Honor?
Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot, sexy, juicy tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself.
I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed.
Alpha Rabbit, thank you for the 50 bits. Didn't Phoenix present illegal evidence in Trials and Tribulations against Furio Tigre? It's not illegal, it's just, that was just irrelevant.
Yeah.
That was just a thing to be like, what about this? And
he,
then
he basically like baited him into confessing.
yeah, which, you know, that happens in court cases, I'm sure.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes.
could I ask your name?
Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but not like you. I remember you, Mr. Wright.
Rock Rulin, thank you for the 10 bits. Meanwhile, somewhere in Europe, Edgeworth, and as you can see from this evidence, it's clear that the defense. Hold on, I sense my boyfriend is fucked up. I have to go. And Ryu Karika, thank you for the 10 bits. It's 4:20 here. Time to blaze it up. The perfect time at which Phoenix should get disbarred, really. 4:20 in the game, 4:20 in real life. Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 10 bits. Do you think after this case, Phoenix cried to into Edgeworth's ascot?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what it's for.
That is what we thrive for, is the 7-year gap. That's what we love this
Hell
game
yeah.
for, is the 7-year gap. We don't actually love this game. We love Clavier. We love the 7-year gap.
Otacon17 says, you're not playing the HD collection. Is there an HD version of Apollo Justice?
No.
I think there is.
Oh, there is.
Oh?
Oh, okay. I have not.
But we like the classic sprites
Yeah,
better.
we like the sprites. We like the way they look.
I didn't even know there was an HD version of, like,
I believe there's
anything.
I think there's a mobile version.
Oh,
Huh. Okay. Didn't know that.
I didn't know.
I thought they just pretended that the first 3 were the only ones.
Well, it took a long time. I think the mobile version of Apollo Justice was the last one to come out. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over.
Zuros, thank you for following.
I'm huge.
You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal.
A new attorney won't fuck up, so obviously.
How did an attorney he got through cards be shady?
However, this court must...
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Zack?
There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken.
Gordon.
I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Gordon.
Guilty.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist?
Poof.
And with this quarter behind your ear. Doesn't exist. What are you talking about?
I am talking about this.
Mr. Enigmar. Vampiro, thank you for the 10 bits. I declare not guilty.
The defendant's escaped. Find him quickly.
Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double. He must not be allowed to escape.
That day, in that courtroom, the miracle happened. The defendant, Shadi Enigmar,
Shitty Enigmar.
a.k.a.
Shitty asshole.
Zach Gramarye, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again. Not since that day.
This is the Gramarye miracle.
No verdict was declared.
Everyone was like, what the fuck was that weird Griffin laugh?
After all, the defendant didn't exist. What? Can't put a warrant out for someone who doesn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zach Gramarye vanished, along with him, for all eternity. For all eternity.
I gotta be a part-time magician. What the fuck?
Alpha Rabbit, thank you for the 50 bits. Bits for Yugi doing the Peter Griffin laugh.
That also sounds like sand.
Hey, Lois.
I'm upset.
The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however.
Peter.
But not until 7 years late. But not until 7 years later.
Oh.
I forgot who I was. Ah! Whoa!
Dun, dun.
So that's Phoenix Wright disbarred. Lost his job.
Yep.
What an idiot!
Yeah, I know.
It's really
He's so
frustrating.
fucking stupid.
We led him through so much bullshit, and he just stumbled at the finish line immediately and grabbed his knee and was like, ah.
As soon as he didn't have a weird little girl with him, he just Loses his career.
Yeah, he's a
Oh man,
dipshit.
he
Can't be
needs
trusted with anything.
he needs that weird little
He is
girl
not an
energy
adult.
around him. All right, we're gonna call it there. I think, guys, we've been going almost 4 hours, but it was a
Yeah.
good session. That was pretty
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
We were productive.
Yeah,
Yes, we was.
unlike Phoenix.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's rude.
Baby is right, Vampiro. Thank you for cashing in your star chips there. All right, we're gonna call it. Marion and Soupy, did you want to do a power wash stream tomorrow? Yeah,
Hoo-ha!
I'm down.
should be fun.
I
Hoo-ha!
know. I feel very tired.
I was
right
gonna
now.
say you seem
Ooh.
tired. We
I
did
have some things I need to take care of tomorrow.
sure, and if we can't do it tomorrow, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Yeah, we can
Uh,
always do Tuesday or something.
Right, Yukarika, thank you for
I
the 10.
can't do Tuesday.
Oh, right. You have your static.
We'll play it by ear. We'll figure it out. I'm
Yeah.
sure. If we can't
Yeah.
do it, it's all good. Right,
We
Yukarika,
will continue being friends, I'm sure.
I don't know about that. Right, Yukarika, thank you for the 10 bits. It's been fun. Love you all. Take care. Have a great night. See you all next time. Bye. Indeed. This was a very intense and fun section. We got a lot done. We got through like 3 or 4 different court sections. And now it's very exciting to see where things will go and how things
We
will...
were on task.
We were. Forsaken Sunday, thank you for the follow. I will probably be playing more Midnight Suns tomorrow, earlier in the day, if I'm able to stream. I think I will. And we might do a Power Wash simulator. We'll see how Marin's doing and if we have time. Okay, we're gonna raid. Who should we raid? We've got Ed Bosco. Let's raid Ed Bosco. He's playing WWE 2K22. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out today, everybody, in the chat and in the Discord. Marin, would you like to say anything before we pop off here?
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you soon.
And Soupy, did you want to say anything to the chat before we go raid Ed Bosco?
Thanks for chilling with us, everybody.
It was a blast. All right, we're going to leave Phoenix there and presumably get back with Apollo and see how everything culminates.
We'll see.
Make sure to turn Gordon into a redeem, everyone. Remind Martin to turn Gordon into a redeem.
I mean, I was going to turn him into an emote, but okay.
Or whatever the word is.
All right.
He could be both.
He could
There's
be
enough
both.
of him.
It's true. All right, guys, we're going to head off there. It's almost 4:30. Thank you for hanging out with us on this Sunday. If we don't see you this coming week, have a great one. We'll be back on next Sunday with more Ace Attorney, I assume, unless anything comes up.
Yeah, boy.
And we'll see you next time. Fare thee well.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.